right, welcome in 98.5, the Sports Hub of Joe Murray. Full show tonight. Full show tonight. No distractions, no baseball games, no nothing. Just us and you till 11 o'clock here on 98.5, the Sports Hub. What's up, YouTube fam? Go to youtube.com, search 98.5, the Sports Hub, and you will see us right there. I'll be on. You can see my face. Come over to my place here on the Sports Hub. We can hang out. You can chat. We can react to the Red Sox, who won big today, and the deadline is approaching. Tick, tick, tick. A ton of Patriots stuff. Robert Kraft spoke today. Drake May spoke today. Stephon Diggs spoke today. So a lot of audio regarding the Patriots and thoughts. And we'll have all that for you throughout the show tonight. And you can call in at 617-779-0985. We got Skaz here. We got our intern Luke here tonight as well. So full show all night long here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Well, our opening take is presented by Super Service today, and I'll give you the read for that coming up in just a little bit, as it's not at my desk at the moment, so I will get into that coming up in just a bit. But a ton going on when it comes to the Red Sox, and now the trade deadline is heating up. But should we react to the game today? Was today's game maybe a reason to make a move or not make a move? And just to give you some of the highlights here. It happened at 12 noon, so maybe some people checked in, maybe some people checked out. But there are guys on the move. Things were happening today, but the Red Sox went 13-1 today. Really good game. I love watching the home team beat the crap out of another team. Today was 13-1. Brian Bayo got the start, went 7 innings, 5 hits, 4 walks, did have 4 strikeouts. And then Murphy closed the door. So they got to rest the bullpen. They got good starting pitching. They got hitting from everybody. A little bit of power today, too. Jarren Duran, another big day. 3 for 5, 4 RBI on the day. He also went deep. Trevor Story, his 17th home run. He's now back-to-back days with a home run. Yoshida went deep. He had 2 hits and 3 RBIs. Connor Wong had 2 hits on the day. Ceddanne Rafaela with a hit. Everybody in the lineup but Toro had a hit on the day. So as far as the offense goes, it did explode. Their starting pitching did well, and their bullpen continues to be one of the top 5 in all of baseball. So now what? The Sox won a series. They're flexing their muscle with their new look lineup of Roman Anthony leading off, although it didn't happen today because Bregman was out of the lineup. He asked for a blow. And we'll get into the Garrett Crochet news coming up in just a little bit. But here we are once again at the MLB trade deadline, and the Red Sox are a playoff team. And it's clear they need pitching. And now teams around them are making moves. And, the Phillies and Dave Dombrowski have now made another move. They just acquired the pitcher that we all thought got traded the other night from the Twins, who was literally in the backyard where the Red Sox played today. But it was the Phillies that get their guy in the bullpen, and Dave Dombrowski beating out the Red Sox. And I wonder if the Red Sox were in on it, but there have been reports the Red Sox are almost in on everybody at this point. And I'm curious now what's going to happen. But the Mets just finalized a deal. They get Ryan Helsley from the Mets. Sorry, are finalizing the deal. They get Ryan Hazley just now. Right, the Phillies, as I mentioned, got Johan Duran in a trade. He was hugging in the dugout the other night. Well, he really was traded today. So people are now on the move. The Yankees made a move earlier today. There's a lot of stuff going on, but what are the Red Sox going to do? And the reports are they're being stealth. So maybe they're waiting to see if the prices go down a little bit. They're trying to see maybe what other players could come up. But there's no doubt about it. Last night I said that it was Craig Breslow, and, is it the nerds? Is it the prospects? Do they want to trade guys? I always say that the number one advantage that the Red Sox have over a lot of these other teams is they can acquire money. So if you had somebody in mind, didn't want to give up the prospect, but you would acquire maybe a dump of a salary, the Red Sox can do that. Now, the Carlos Correa deal I don't love, and I know the Astros are interested right now and other people. you'd be taking back essentially the Devers deal to get a Joe Ryan, but I would still do it. I would do it. And the reason why pitching is the most important thing is because, well, the Garrett Crochet news. Garrett Crochet is not going to pitch in the Houston series. They'll have a day off tomorrow. They'll get the rest of the night off tonight. They'll play Houston, and then he'll start next week against Kansas City. So they're pushing him back after he just had time off after the All-Star break where they gave him 6 days. So I don't know if they're doing it because of maintenance or they're worried or just doing so. Did he not feel well after the last start? But it's a concern and something you need to keep your eye on, and they need to bolster. If you made a playoff, maybe Crochet is your guy, but what if he just pitched to get you into the playoffs, and now you got to go with Bayo or Giolito? Are they comfortable with that? It's clear they need another guy, and the other thing is there's guys not available in the bullpen. Like if Chapman isn't there or Whitlock, you're stuck with Hicks? Out. You need pitching. I was always thinking that it was Breslow. Nope. It is John Henry. It is. When I heard the Chris Cotillo, last night we played a bunch of stuff regarding the Mass Live, Sean McAdam, Chris Cotillo. I think the Red Sox have just as good a chance as anybody to win the World Series this year. Do I think the Dodgers are still the favorites? Absolutely. Do I think Toronto could go on a run? Yes. Do I believe in the Brewers? Probably not, but they have as good a chance as anybody as well. And I know that the Cubs and these teams are a class above the Red Sox. They are. It's a fact. And if you look at the betting lines, they're all a class above the Red Sox as well. But shouldn't the Red Sox at least think about trying to get into that class? Like, get into that class and give yourself a puncher's chance. But this deadline, it's not about Breslow. It's not about Cora. It's not about the young prospects are moving on from it or not. What does ownership think? Does ownership think that this team has a chance to go on a deep run? I'm not going to sit here and tell you I think the Red Sox can win the World Series, but what I will tell you is this. You get into that tournament, and anything can happen. And yeah, there are teams that are a class above the Red Sox. Why don't you make some moves to get into that class and battle for a shot? I think the American League is wide open. I think it is wide open. You have Crochet and you have Chapman. You have young players and veterans that have with experience. You have the recipe. But will the chef, the guy in charge, John Henry, make the moves? Because he's certainly doing it in Liverpool. He was there this weekend. Did he see the buzz in the park with all the Dodgers fans everywhere? That was a good series. The Red Sox need help. Maybe today, I hope yesterday and today doesn't change their mind about the help that they need. They need pitching. And I wonder if John Henry knows that and wants to throw his hat into the ring. Because that's what it's going to come down to. If John Henry thinks that this team has a shot. World Series, if they look at it and say, no, they're not making any moves tomorrow. My thing is, why don't you throw your hat in the ring? And that's on John Henry. 617-779-0985. Your thoughts on the Red Sox, their win today. And tick, 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 what's going down? What are we hearing? We'll have all that for you coming up next. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
our video stuff. So go check us out on YouTube. I got to pull up the fam right now. I don't even have them open. Let's see who's in there. You can watch the show tonight. Just go to youtube.com, search 98.5 The Sports Hub. I've been literally crazy busy since I've walked in, and I got hot takes to deliver. Jay Buck's in there. What's up, my man? Brian, New England sports guy. We got GIOTC, Joe O'Donnell, Matt. We got Michael in there, Brian Griffin, Pez. Oh, the whole crew is in there. I'm Bine. Hope you're doing well, my man. A bunch of new faces in here that I don't know. So what is up to everybody in our YouTube chat? Just go to youtube.com. Again, subscribe. You can check out all the shows. We posted tons of videos from last night. So if you want to check out the length discussion between myself and Mike Hadlick of CLNS and Sports Illustrated, we had a good one last night. Gabe's in there. What's up, Gabe? So go check that out. And we got a bunch of other stuff in there. As well, and you can watch all our previous shows as well. Well, it looks like that there is a lot of movement going on. So again, I'm trying to catch up with everything that's happened. I know the guys have been sending me slacks just to kind of keep me in the loop over the last hour or so. But yeah, the New York Mets deal is final. They've acquired Cardinals closer Ryan Hesley. Is it Hesley? And Jesus Baez. Baez was the 8th best prospect. Also, Nate Dome, a right-handed pitcher, was the 14th. So to get a closer, the Mets had to give up their 8th best prospect and 14th best prospect. I could go to SoxProspects.com and look at a similar scenario, but I think that's probably too steep for the Red Sox right now. It's probably too steep for them. Why don't I go to... And I know that... and shout out to our buddies over at Sox Prospects. Chris does a great job over there. We should have him on. But they've updated their new list. Peyton Tolley, Franklin Arias, Luis Perales. So if you went 8th best, that would be Connolly Early, who just got promoted to Worcester. So that would be one of the... that would be a pitcher in the deal. And then if you went with their 14th, it would be Justin Gonzalez, an 18-year-old outfielder. So those are some of the names that if they made a similar move to acquire a closer or somebody in their back end of their bullpen, that's the type of move that it would take for the Red Sox. I just wanted to bring up a couple of things regarding some quotes from the Red Sox. There was one from Alex Corey yesterday that I wanted to deliver. And I just wanted to reiterate this one more time. Last night I scoffed, Skaz, when I mentioned John Henry, and you kind of lifted your headphones and literally said to me, Joe, are you? I think Joe,
you're drinking the Kool-Aid.
What Kool-Aid?
The Red Sox Kool-Aid. You're drinking it. You opened the show saying they could win the World Series.
Well, I said that I don't think right now they can, but I think it's wide open, and why don't they throw their hat into the mix and give themselves a chance to go to the World Series? So, no, I think John Henry thinks they're not going to win a World Series. But last night, though, getting back to last night, I said that this is on the management team. And I kind of kept John Henry's name out of it. And you pushed back. You were like, wait, what? Are you defending John Henry? And I said, well, didn't he kind of give the blessing? He actually spoke this weekend?
Off the record.
And off the record to Rob Bradford. But basically said, I believe in the management team.
I believe in the guys I pay to do exactly what I pay them and tell them to do.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I've had a little bit of a come to Jesus moment today. As Dave Dombrowski continues to make moves. And now the Mets, right? What did the Mets owner say? Haven't we always talked about
Steve Cohen is that's your dream. If you have a dream about a sports owner, Steve Cohen's the guy.
And didn't he say, I want to do whatever I can to do with my team to win? All they did was give up their 8th best prospect and their 14th best prospect to get a closer. Pretty good, right? I mean,
pretty good.
That's all it took. And I just gave you who the 8th. It'd be a guy, Connolly Early, who just got promoted. Nice little guy, right? The Red Sox can make a deal if they want to.
Luke said he would have traded him yesterday if he could have.
Okay, then. And what's the contract on? How do I say it? Hersley? What's the contract on him? Because I do think Helsley, sorry. What I wonder what his contract is, because are there just rental players? Is that what's going on right now? And just getting back to John Henry for a second. I do think you're right. I think it's what John Henry says. Like, I wonder if he's stoking a cigar right now, being like, all right, what do these jerks got for me today? Like, I wonder if you know, like you get the itch when you want to bet, or like, man, I want some action tonight, or, who's fighting? Like, what do we got? What are the matches tonight? I wonder if John Henry is smoking a cigar right now, wondering what the guys are going to bring to him. And I wonder what's going to make the needle move for John Henry right now. It is about John Henry. I think, you know how you said drinking the Kool-Aid, guys? I think now it's about John Henry. Now that it's now that the time is here, the time is now. This is about John Henry. Does he think making a playoff push can move the numbers of the team being a World Series contender for years to come? The number right now isn't good. There's probably a 5% chance the Red Sox make or even win the World Series. But throw your hat in the ring. Get better. Match some of these other teams, like the Yankees. There are other teams. You can match those teams. They're not. You shouldn't be afraid of them. The Blue Jays, you know the Blue Jays. And yeah, they're going to be aggressive too. This is on John Henry. And I'm wondering, he's probably sitting there like, what do you guys got for me? And maybe that's why they're in stealth mode. Or maybe why they don't do anything at all. But I wanted to read these quotes because I thought they were interesting. Alex Cora on the deadline yesterday. He hears a lot on teams that have a chance to make playoffs. The prices are probably off the roof, is what he wrote. They're way up there. And you have to be smart, not only for the now, but also for the future. But just talking to Craig and the people involved, the goal is for us to improve in the upcoming days. That was Alex Cora yesterday. He also had some quotes, and I'm paraphrasing, that he knows the team needs help and that there's holes in the team and that they're not perfect. And I think he's anticipating that the team is going to make some improvements. Did I say something? I feel like you... I think the Red Sox have just as good a chance as anybody to win the World Series this year. They do. They do, don't they? I didn't say they're going to win the World Series.
No, they don't. Their bullpen stinks. Their starting pitching stinks.
So you mean to tell me that in the American League, what would you rank? What would you rank them right now? The Red Sox. I mean, they're a playoff team, right?
Sure. Fifth.
I'm trying to motivate the listeners and the owners to make a move. Skaz, you know what? Hold that. I like that clip. You play that one all night long. I do think the Red Sox. I'm not saying that they're a World Series contender. I'm not saying that. But when I look, I think the Red Sox have just as good a chance as anybody to win the World Series this year. I do. I'm going to die on the hill. I hope you're right. I want you to be right. Do I think they're idiots? Do I think they can't run the bases? Do I think their defense stinks? Yes. Do I think they have really one pitcher? Yes. Do I think Chapman's going to probably at some point turn into a pumpkin? Yes.
Is that one pitcher healthy?
I don't know right now. I sniffed.
A little smelly there.
That one's smelly, but they can sell it to us because he's never pitched this deep into the season. I remember I went over the numbers the other night.
It makes me even more nervous.
No, that's why I'm saying they got to make a move. They have to. But I do think. See, even Luke shook his head. Are there people who really don't think if the Red Sox had a chance in the playoffs, they'd be competitive? Because I do. Last year's team? No. Out. No. Toronto? Yankees? The Tigers? We'll see what happens with Houston this week. They can compete with all those teams. Now, do I think the Cubs, Dodgers, Phillies are in a higher class? Yes. I do. But when I look at wins around the league, the Red Sox, as of this moment, have more wins than the Yankees. I stand by it. The Red Sox have just as good enough chance as anybody else in the American League this year, and it's the reason why they should go out and make moves. I stand by it. Your thoughts at 617-779-0985. Bob's in Middleborough. Bob.
Hey, Joe. Before the break, you mentioned they might be looking for a pitcher. That's okay. They might be needing another power hitter. But what do they need really most? Relief pitching. And I'm not talking about the closer. What about the guy that went to Texas that played for the Red Sox? I forget his name.
Nathan Eovaldi.
Couldn't they get him for money?
Nathan Eovaldi?
Yeah. Couldn't they get him for money?
I think he would fix both problems. And I appreciate your call, Bob. Appreciate you, buddy. I just had the standings open, so why don't I just pull them back up again while we're here? Where is Texas right now? They have 56 wins. If we go to wild card standings, because that's what they're battling for, the Rangers are one game back of Seattle.
Yeah, why are they going to give you Nathan Eovaldi?
And they have him for a couple more years. The only thing is, it sounds like the trade deadline, a guy like Eovaldi would be a big-time prospect. I think this kid Tolley might get called up at some point and can help out. Yes, guys, play it again. Play it again. Play it again. I think the Red Sox have just as good a chance as anybody to win the World Series this year. I do. I should probably rephrase and say I think they have as good as a chance of everybody to win the American League. I should probably say the American League, but you know what? We live and die off our takes, right? We swing and miss on our takes all the time. Make a move, baby. Throw the hat in the old ring. Light up that cigar, John Henry. Oh, John, I see what you're doing over in Liverpool, man. You see those? You see that, Skaz, recently? He's spending some money over there.
Yeah, Alexander Isak about to cost him quite a bit of money.
Spending some money. Right? I don't think John Henry's afraid to spend money. I think he's afraid to invest on teams that might not win it all. And yes, you both looked at me and said they're not going to win it all. You both looked at me. So now I got to be the guy to say I think they have just as good a chance as anybody to win the American League and the World Series.
Pump those tires, Joe. Pump those tires.
I do. They got a lot of warts. A lot of warts. Why not the Red Sox? Oh, we're going to play that one all night, baby. All night long. Gallagher is in San Diego. Hey, Gallagher.
Hey, Joe. Yeah, I want to say that the Red Sox, they'll definitely make the playoffs. Hopefully they go all the way. They got a great team. We just got to hang in there and give them a little more credit than Maz does. He's always jumping on them too much.
Well, listen.
Yeah, Joe, they're going to go all the way.
Wow. Okay, here we go now.
Hey, take it easy on them. They'll figure it out. Sunshine and rainbows, the Red Sox way.
I'm going to die on the hill. I've died on many hills before. Bailey Zappi, I think I still won, even though he sucks. I think I won.
Didn't someone call in this week and tell us that Zappi was awful or something like that?
It reminded me of them, and they called. And I appreciated it, by the way. I said the Celtics would win back-to-back.
We were wrong. Luke said everybody was saying that, though, so.
We were wrong, though. You got to own it, right? Luke, that's what this business is about. Doesn't matter if everybody thought it. If everybody thinks they won't win the World Series, why are we even playing the games? Why are we even talking about the Red Sox right now when I could just toss it and we could just play Kay Adams all day if you want. Who was at Gillette? And talk to everybody. And I said, we're going to hear from the owner in a little bit.
Some big names, yeah.
I think the Red Sox have just as good a chance as anyone to win the American League East. It's a little different than the one I said earlier. And you know what? If they do make a move, why not the Red Sox? Matt, Charlestown. Matt.
Hey, Joe. How are you tonight? Great show.
I'm hanging in there.
So, I mean, if the Sox don't get a starting pitcher, they're not trying to win. That's my theory here. I will trade any prospect whose last name is not Anthony. Let's not get all sentimental to these guys who haven't done anything. I think Anthony's got something special. Big Joe, I'm up on the North Shore right now, driving home. Anywhere I need a stop.
Where are you? What town?
I'm driving home from Gloucester. I'm heading home to Charlestown. I'm on 128 right now.
You're on 128. Okay. What do you want? You want to grab and go, or what are we doing?
I got time. I mean, I'm starving too.
Listen,
I'm up on exit. Hang on.
I don't know
48.
I don't know exit numbers anymore because they changed them.
Grapevine Road, Beverly Farms, Wentham, 1 mile.
You're in Beverly. Okay. Well, there is a Flip the Bird in Beverly, which is very, very good. If you want,
I can do that.
If you want a quick beef, though,
I don't eat a lot of beef.
All right,
you know,
no beef then. No beef.
I want to try a beef, but you got a beef spot up here. That's what I got to know.
There's like 75 of them up there.
Not off Beverly exit. Am I crazy?
If you go to the Beverly exit, there's a Flip the Bird and a Dairy Queen right next to each other. Bing, bang, boom.
I don't need to eat Dairy Queen right now. I'm looking for a Joe Special, man.
I would go to Flip the Bird and get a nice chicken sandwich.
Joe, pleasure. Good luck tonight.
Good luck.
Take care.
Take care. We've had them in the studio before. Great chicken sandwich. Oh, God. The Frank Peppies. Oh, Luke, I'm sorry, buddy. You know who made out the most, though? Trey.
Trey made out like a bandit last night.
I went home and went to while I was laying in bed last night. I was like, what do you think the BU Krug boys are doing right now?
Oh, they must have been fired up when he got back.
Like, he must have been like, hey, guys. Oh, he probably texted the guys like, hey, man, I got some goods.
I hope you're hungry.
We sent Trey home with the pizza last night for the boys.
Quite a bit of pizza.
BU must have been rocking last night. Com Ave, baby. All fired up on Frank Peppies.
Him and Street Team Joe, definitely double digits between the two of them.
Shout out to Street Team Joe, by the way. He helped us out last night.
Yeah, I didn't know he had to be at camp this morning.
He was at camp this morning with our old intern, Chris. And guess who hung out with them?
Mike Adlick.
Sarge.
There you go.
Another Mike. But I got a photo with, I should post it. I got a text from Sarge, and it was him and Street Team Joe. And Street Team Joe had glasses on making a weird pose. And I go, of course, you and Street Team Joe are together today. And he goes, yeah, he's coming to see me at trivia tomorrow. That's a knee slapper right there. I just slapping my knee. Yes, Sarge and Street Team Joe are going to be like a trivia duo. Imagine that. That's
a dynamic. I need some live feed of that one.
That one, I'd live broadcast that one. All right, we got to go to break. Hey, the owner, not of the Red Sox, but of the Patriots, spoke today. And your thoughts? Hey, my take? The Red Sox have just as good a chance as anybody to win the World Series this year. Fact, and I'm dying on the hill. But if they do nothing tomorrow, I'm going to have to take it all back. We'll hit the headline here. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Red Sox big winners today. 13-1 over the Twins and Brian Bayo.
The first moment you looked at him as more than a player, someone who you thought, yeah, he can lead a team?
Well, we were privileged to have him. He was the union leader of the players, and he had an edge to him, and in a pleasant way, but hard. And then I guess that magic moment came to me when the last game Brady and Belichick ever played as a unit.
Here.
And right here. And he beat us in the playoffs. And I looked over and I thought, he's a guy who's been exposed to the greatest coach, the greatest quarterback, and he was able to overcome. He has knowledge that's intrinsic to being in this system, and he knew how to use it in a way to benefit his team. So ever since that moment, I've thought, wow, this is a guy one day we should consider to lead our efforts. So it happened. I think that was in 2019.
That was Robert Kraft with Kay Adams. Up in Adams. Last night, she sent out the bad signal that she was in Boston with the Mike's pastry. I wonder what she got. If I went to Mike. So I'm a modern guy, just to throw it out there. Modern over Mike's. That could be a debate for another day, but if I went to Mike's right now, I would want a half moon, 2 cannolis with chocolate chips, with powder, maybe a cheesecake. Anyways, that was Robert Kraft talking about when he knew that Vrabel, and then he waxed poetic about Vrabel and knowing him and everything. We've heard the story a million times. A million times. But there's audio here that I think you all should hear, and we have it for you right here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Now, Skaz, can we play the clip of, he wanted the QB and the coach and, Drake May and Vrabel and, because they're really banking on these guys, which I want to get into in the next segment. But let's hear Robert Kraft on the QB and the coach.
You can't win constantly in this league if you don't have a quarterback and a coach. And then there are so many other variables. I think we're lucky to have both a quarterback and a coach. So now it's his job to make it happen.
Is there a unique quality he has? I mean, obviously you had Tom Brady for so long. You know head coaches. You're great at picking them. Pete Carroll, Bill Belichick, of course. Is there a thing about the dynamic that you really like between those two?
I like it. I also like that Drake comes from a great family. Never forget the day he came to us and we gave him his shirt. His 3 older brothers came. They all came with him. One of them flew from Japan, short notice, who was playing basketball. And he's got great parents. And he's got a certain humility along with good intellect. And he's just young and a little green and just has to mature. But he and having Josh McDaniels here as a coach and a guide, so we had a lot of things fall into place. Now we need God's help that we don't have injuries, and we go out and have some fun.
Now they need God's help. After they got a quarterback who's green, young, and mature. But because of that, they brought in Josh McDaniels. Did Vrabel bring him in, or was it Kraft who brought them in? Did you get any of that, Skaz? I would that Devontae Adams thing from earlier, we should play that later.
It was Jimmy G quotes, huh?
Well, see, I thought it was Jimmy G quotes.
It was Devontae Adams.
Oh no! He said that their coach. Remember?
Yeah, he said he loved Jimmy G. It was not Jimmy G's fault that things were bad.
I just want to let you know that when I watched videos this week of there's a viral video of Devontae Adams going around where he's basically saying, "I've never been hit or hurt this much in my playing career." but it seemed like he was crapping on Jimmy G. We'll play that later. It was about McDaniels. So again, more fluff on McDaniels, right? More glaze of McDaniels. And God's help.
A lot of trips down memory lane. Remember 2019 with Mike Vrabel when he beat us? That was fun as a Patriots fan.
Yeah, beat Bill.
Yes.
Beat Bill.
Remember when Josh McDaniels had Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, how good he was?
And how hard it is in the league. And without a QB and a coach, you suck. Yeah. Hey, really, Mr. Kraft. So without a quarterback and a coach, you suck?
I would co-sign that.
Duh. So now the Patriots have a QB and a coach? Oh, but they got to bring in McDaniels, too, because their quarterback is green, young, and mature. Last one from the owner. We're getting something on the Brady statue. We still talking about the old days, guys? We get the Brady statue in there, too? Is that... Wow. More about the old days, everybody. Yay!
Finally, we get the unveiling of the Tom Brady statue. Can you give me a little insight into that? We go way back, Mr. Kraft, over 10 years now. What can you tell me?
Well, that's exciting. We've had it in storage for over a year.
Big play.
We had hoped to do it a year ago. Tommy is so busy, and so it was just hard to find a time. And when he got, his announcing job with Fox, where, by the way, I think he's off the charts in what he's doing. How lucky are we to have the 199th pick be the greatest player ever to play in the over 100-year-old history of the NFL, and he played for us, and he's just a great human being, and we're excited to honor him before the game next Friday.
That is a masterclass, speaking of broadcasting, a masterclass in not really giving an answer, because I got no intel on that statue. Rumor has it was quite a pretty penny. It was quite, for you to have that in storage for over a year. Will you answer this for me? How many different times did Tom approve, go back, say, I don't like this, I don't like that? How much say did Tom Brady have?
We did it.
He did. Has he seen it?
Pardon?
Has he seen it?
No.
Oh, wow.
He hasn't seen it.
Surprises
and
me.
It's pretty cool. It's 12 feet. It's going to be permanently in Patriot Place in a very prominent spot. And we're really honored to have had the privilege of having him with us for 2 decades. And it'll be a fun day.
It's going to be a great day, guys. Next Friday. 2 Fridays. Be a great day. Did you see Happy Gilmore when he was looking at the face of his statues? Luke's not a movie, still hasn't seen it, right? Okay. But when they showed, what did he say? It looks like SpongeBob. So wait a second, just so I got this right. The Crafts spent money on a statue to build for Tom Brady and then paid someone to put it in storage for a year. So they paid a pretty penny for a statue that Brady's never seen, and it's been sitting in storage for a year. That's costly, isn't it? Building a statue must cost money, right?
Sure, but are they not going to make a Tom Brady statue? Now you have a problem with them honoring Tom Brady?
No, it's just the fact that that's what they spent their money on last year. And the Schmenzer? The Lighthouse, excuse me. See, I want to get into a Felger article I read today, later as well. But
I have a Tom Brady thought, too.
And I want to get into the Scheffler stuff.
Yeah,
too.
Tom Brady seems to have thoughts on work-life balance and being a good family man, and always known for his healthy work-life balance. That Tom Brady.
See, this is what I love about doing the show at night, is that you can just kind of like sit on your high chair, right? Watch everybody else speak from their high chair, right? And then just crap all over them. That's something but just listening to Kraft talk there, you're right. All he talked about was the past and how great everything was. And that with God's help, they can keep them all healthy. We'll have more on this. Your thoughts on Robert Kraft's comments. Also, Drake May spoke to Kay Adams. Who didn't she speak to today? Might as well. Where the hell is she? You're welcome, Kay. Come on in. We're here all night till 11 o'clock. Come hang out. Skaz is here. We got intern Luke. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports.
More Joe Murray coming up on the
start. How about Trevor Story, who's just been mashing the ball after a couple of tough games, but he went deep. Jaron Durant went deep. Masataka Yoshida went deep. Romy Gonzalez went deep. Deep! Homers, baby, homers! Brian Bayo, 7 innings as well. So they're off tomorrow. The trade deadline's tomorrow. What's going to happen? Well, other teams are making moves. The Mets acquire a closer, Hazley from the Cardinals. The Phillies making a move as well for the bullpen arm, Johan from the Twins. There's a lot going on. We'll keep you posted when it all goes down. Headlines, they are brought to you by Premier Basement Waterproofing. Our guys at Premier Serve Cape Cod. So if your Cape House gets water, take care of it now so you don't have to have water damage in the winter when you're not there. 844 Live Dry, PremierBasement.net. It's game over for water. I'm Joe Murray.
New England plays here.
Ball down the right side. There's a separation. Touchdown pass. Yes. Perfect dive from Drake May.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
I would like the national audience, as you have your receivers here, they're young, the people nationally know Stephon Diggs, of course, he's a tenured, decade-plus veteran. Who is someone that's really popping out to you? Maybe Pop is the pun there.
Yeah, there you go, Pop.
What do we need to know about him?
I think Pop is a guy that is tough to guard, and you can't guard him in a phone booth. He's gonna make things happen with the ball in his hands. He's tough to tackle, and I think the big thing with Pop is he's lining up right. He's running the right routes. He's kind of getting the next level to, hey, what do you do in this look? I think that's the best thing with Pop that you're seeing growing into year 3 for him. So I'm excited to keep getting him involved, and we got some good playmakers.
May. Just a quick thing on the Pop Douglas thing. By the way, can't guard him in a phone booth? It's that line. Couldn't guard him in a phone booth? What am I missing there? Can't guard him in a phone booth.
Yeah, you never heard that?
I don't think I have.
That just means even if you're right next to him, basically on top of him, he's still open. He'll still make you catch.
So it's kind of like when someone says he couldn't hit the ocean if he was sitting in a boat.
No, I think that's an insult, Joe. This is a compliment.
Oh, this is a compliment.
Yes.
It went over my head. I'll say this. People I respect that I think know ball keep telling me that Pop Douglas is going to be the top receiver this year.
You drinking that Kool-Aid too, or?
I'm not, but I will say this. Number one reason why I don't think Pop Douglas will be the top receiver on the team, he's too small. He's too small. Was it the O'Brien offense where they tried to get him the ball a little bit more, and when they finally did, he took out a concussion and had to leave the game? I'm pretty sure that's what happened, right? He had a really good year last year. Pop, in a bad situation, Pop was good. Van Pelt had issues altogether, but Pop Douglas was pretty productive. Now you put him in a slot in a Josh McDaniels offense where they want to get the ball out quick, and since he's so open, aren't they going to get the free yards? Which I'm still torn. And this is the Josh McDaniels thing again. I don't know why. People, you know what the problem is? Whenever I talk about the offensive coordinator, everybody rolls their eyes. And you're right. Where's Matt McCarthy? You're right, Matt. I've been crapping on the offensive coordinator for years. I have been. But with Josh McDaniels' offense, right, they always had another guy. If Wes Welker went down, they had Julian Edelman. If Julian Edelman went down, they had Jacoby Myers. I'm just trying to say is they always had somebody else. So are you gonna serve me Efton Chisholm if Pop Douglas goes down? Is it Kyle Williams? I don't know. All I'm trying to say is my number one reason why I don't think Pop Douglas leads the team in receptions this year is because he's small and he could get hurt. And we need God's help, according to Robert Kraft, on that one. I still think Stephon Diggs is going to be the top receiver on the team. Stephon Diggs in 8 games last year had more receptions and yards than every receiver on the Patriots a year ago in half the season. So for me, it's Stephon Diggs number 1. It will be Stephon Diggs. I don't know who's going to be the third receiver. I'll say Hunter Henry. How about that? But I do think Pop Douglas will have a high volume of receptions this year if, of course, God's on his side and he stays healthy, like the owner said. I don't know what Kyle Williams is going to do. I do know Matt Collins can play, but what's his deal right now? I don't know if Kendrick Bourne makes the team. I don't. He knows the system, though. Isn't that something they need? It's just some consistency and, I don't know, cohesion? They haven't had that in years here. But looking at training camp notes today, Drake May 11 of 14 and 11 on 11s. Cool. Garrett Bradbury was up. Ben Brown. Whee! Oh, you know what's the big pump name today, Skaz? I heard Jared Wilson's name all day long. He's right now suited to be the left guard for the Patriots, which I'm not against. How about you make him the center? I don't know. The last center from Georgia you drafted, or undrafted, but the last center from Georgia you had, I don't know. He was pretty good, right? David Andrews? Or are they really trying to force Garrett Bradbury, who literally couldn't practice today? Or Morgan Moses, who's falling off the field?
Hey, Garrett Bradbury wasn't good last year, won't be good this year. I don't think that should come as a surprise to anybody.
Cole Strange is probably done.
He was taking snaps at center, I saw.
Yeah, a little high snaps, though. You know why he's taking snaps? Because he's on the bubble. And it's about to burst. If Jared Wilson's the left guard, he's done. Dunzo. Which means, Skaz, they don't have a center. Imagine that. Imagine going to Ben Brown again, an undrafted kid. And I haven't even talked about Will Campbell. I didn't even bring Will Campbell up because this was my take and we're up against it, though. Because we have Evan Lazar coming up from Patriots.com in a minute here. I want you all to think about this. If Drake May goes down, if Will Campbell goes down, they're done. They're toast. There's no backup at left tackle. There's no competition to Will Campbell at left tackle. He's the left tackle. He's the guy. At quarterback, Drake May's the guy. They traded Joe Milton. They brought in a guy that really is just not. He's a backup and he's a veteran. And he knows the system. He is no threat to Drake May whatsoever. These guys were literally handed the keys to the position. Drake May's the quarterback. Will Campbell's the left tackle. That's it. There's no plans if anything happens to either guy. They have no backup plan, no contingency plan. I think they went all in on these guys. And they're trying to build, right? They're trying to build a program here. I just got a lot of concerns. And I don't even know who their center is. I don't even know if Steph Diggs can be the guy. I don't know if Pop Douglas can stay healthy. I think I've come away from camp with more questions than I did going into it. But everyone's going to tell you how great it is, guys. Everyone will tell you, oh, man, you see that Kyle Williams down there? Can he even get on the field? Who the hell are the cornerbacks right now without Davis and Gonzalez? Who? Go ahead. Tell me. Don't even look it up. Who? I think there's more problems than we all are hearing.
I mean, can't you say that about a lot of teams, though? If the quarterback and left tackle go down, they're
sure,
porked.
But sure. But, like, isn't this about... Oh, like, look, okay, Jason Tatum's out for the year. Celtics, I don't worry about it, right? I hate that.
They did just win a title. I think it's a little different situation, slightly different.
This is why we can't cross sports, as some people say. I'm just trying to bring up, there's a lot on the line for Drake May this year. And I don't know, maybe we can do a pressure meter at some point. I think it starts with Kraft. McDaniel's got a lot of heat, baby. A lot of heat. Drake May's right up there. Will Campbell's right up there. So why don't we talk to somebody from Patriots.com and find out what they think? Talk to Evan Lazar. Patriots.com. We'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5.
There you can watch myself and our next guest. His name is Evan Lazar. He writes for Patriots.com. He also does a podcast there as well, and he joins us on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Evan, how you doing tonight, bud?
I'm doing good, Joe. How are you?
I should put some respect on the name. You guys do the Catch 22 podcast, which I know you've been doing every day, going live over at Patriots.com. Just, I guess, what was the takeaway today? I know there's been 7 days, and I'm sure we'll get an overview of everything you've seen for the last couple of days. But what happened at camp today that stood out to you?
Well, I think it's really encouraging. On the one hand, there's obviously things that I'm sure people have heard about Will Campbell today, but the encouraging thing for me is just how Drake May has looked basically throughout camp, but really today I thought he was particularly sharp. I mean, throwing the ball down the field to Kyle Williams on 45-yard touchdown on a go route. It was great to see that, not only from the quarterback, but of course from Kyle Williams too, rookie receiver, going out there and making plays. But thought Drake threw the ball well today after maybe a little bit of an inconsistent day yesterday. So his timing and his comfort level in Josh McDaniels' offense is continues to be really encouraging to me as something that you don't always see from a second-year quarterback in a new system with a new coaching staff. Sometimes there's an adjustment period. He's adjusted really quickly to the offense, and he looks at home in this system.
So just talk about Drake May. I'm glad to hear that you're saying that, because there's been some talks about he's had pretty good days overall, but he has struggled in some areas. But what have you seen from Josh McDaniels? Is it the offense? Is it him on the move a little bit more? Is it him trying to keep plays alive? What are some of the things that you are seeing from Josh McDaniels when it comes to the improvement to Drake May?
Well, I'd say all the above, but I think the main thing that you see with Josh McDaniels is that there's a lot of the same things that we've seen over the years, with Brady, with Mac Jones, in terms of the drop back passing game. I don't think there's a lot of major differences in that area. And just like Josh has always wanted to do, they're going to run the ball downhill. They're going to come at you. They're going to get on double teams. They're going to try to move the line of scrimmage. They're going to try to get the run game going and get downhill in the run game. But at the same time, what we have seen with Drake in particular is that they know they have a mobile quarterback. They have somebody that's a dual threat that can move around back there. So we have seen moving pockets. We have seen elements where Drake May's run game ability or mobility is part of the scheme, whether it's options to run or designed runs for the quarterback, mainly in the low red zone area or short yardage, not like high leverage type of situations. And then you also have seen some of that off script playmaking. We posted on Patriots.com the throw that he had to Pop Douglas over the weekend. And I mean, that's a 50, 60-yard bomb off platform rolling to his right. That was very Josh Allen-esque, if you will. So it's been a little bit of everything, but I understand some people, see some of the sprays that we've seen from Drake at practice over the last week or so here. He's going to have the occasional misfire. That's going to happen. But overall, I just really like where he's at in terms of his timing and his rhythm and his decision making. Joe, we're 7 practices in now. He's yet to throw an interception in training camp. I mean, if I told you that when we started camp after his rookie season, you'd feel pretty good about Drake.
Yeah, that's one thing I thought that McDaniels would do is, turnover worthy plays. And I think he forced some things last year, and he was trying to do a lot. And maybe those are the things this offseason he's really worked on, and I'm glad to hear that that's one of your big takeaways from it. Just getting back to McDaniels and the offense, do you think there's anyone who's having trouble picking it up, whether it's at receiver, tight end, and just when it comes to the offensive line? I'm hearing that as far as run blocking, things are pretty good, but there might be some inside pass rushes that are difficult for some guys. I know that the left guard, and center position's been up in the air a bit, but today we're hearing good things about the kid from Georgia, potentially playing at left guard. And, I still think Caden Wallace has a chance to play there. So, is Cole Strange's job in jeopardy there? And what is going on with the center and guard and I guess the offensive line in general?
Yeah, so just starting with what you said about the run blocking and pass blocking, I would agree with that assessment. I'm really encouraged by their ability right now to run block in these practices. I think they've run blocked pretty well since the pads have come on. And you see on the left side, whether it's the two rookies together or even Strange and Will Campbell on the left side, that's a pretty athletic left side of the offensive line. And then on the right side, you have Mike Onwenu and Morgan Moses, who are more maulers or road graders that can really move the line of scrimmage. So you have power to the right, you have athleticism to the left. That's a pretty good tandem there on both sides of the center there to move the line of scrimmage in different ways and really be able to run the ball effectively, which obviously helps your passing game. You can play action pass. You're not in as many obvious pass situations, hopefully, if you're ahead of the chains. So you don't allow those tackles to be exposed on islands as often in pass protection if you can run the football effectively. Now, in pass protection, I think it's been a little bit of a struggle for everyone across the board, frankly, in different ways. Will Campbell, we knew this coming in. I think this is my biggest thing with Will Campbell as we ride the roller coaster here of his rookie training camp. We knew coming into this with Will Campbell as a rookie that he was a really, really good run blocker in college and that he had some so-so pass blocking warts to his game. And that has exactly been how he's been advertised. And that's exactly what he's been through 7 practices, is a guy that I think is already excelling in the run game. I mean, his run game blocking in these practices is really fun to watch. He's a real natural in that aspect of the game. But the pass blocking, whether it's the length, whether it's just footwork and working on technique, I don't know. But that's going to be a work in progress, and it continues to be a work in progress. But I think out of the gate, he's already going to be a really good run blocker.
All right, we're talking about Evan Lazar. He's of Patriots.com. He does the Catch 22 podcast. Evan, I went into the segment before you came on. I do have concerns. I don't know if they have a backup quarterback. Like, I get it. If your quarterback goes down, generally your season's in doubt. I get that if someone's left tackle goes down, it's tough. I like what Vrabel's doing, building blocks, right? Trying to build a program, stability, language, etc., accountability. What concerns or what can you be critical about that you've seen offensively at camp?
I would say in the early going, at least with some of the offensive things, like maybe it's just some PTSD that's built up over the last couple of years, but you don't like to see things like, botch snaps, right? We've had 3 of those in camp so far. Those are things that are unforced errors. Yesterday they were in a team drill, and Kyrus Tonga, the 340-pound nose tackle, came right through the A gap unblocked and sacked Drake May in like under 2 seconds. Like, you can't allow the nose tackle to come right through the line of scrimmage unblocked. Like, that's the easiest guy on the field to block, right? He's right and over the ball. So those are the types of things that in week 1 of training camp, you don't panic about. If those are happening 2 or 3 weeks down the line, like they have been over the last couple years, where, they're false starting left and right, and there's snap issues, and there's pre-snap procedural issues, like those things you like to think that Vrabel's going to button up and McDaniels will button up, and they'll be able to go from there. I think the other question, you mentioned the backup quarterback, I would just say backups across the board. I feel a lot better about their frontline players now. I think a lot of the holes that they filled in the offseason from like the starting 11 on both sides of the ball, it looks a lot better, but it's sort of a house of cards in certain areas that if a guy goes down here or a guy goes down there, then I don't know if they have the NFL quality depth to be able to withstand. I'll give you an example. We're just talking about him. Like, if Will Campbell goes down with an injury, who is their backup left tackle, right? Like, is he able to play at a starting caliber clip for an extended period of time? If they were to lose Stephon Diggs, like who's picking up the slack there at wide receiver if Stephon Diggs isn't in the lineup? I think the same can be said for certain guys on defense. So I feel pretty good about where they're at in terms of the roster with their starting 11 on both sides of the ball. But it's only been one offseason that they've been building here, really, under this regime. So they still have some holes in terms of the depth.
No, I'm glad you said that, and that's kind of what my take was. Hey, you know what? There is improvements here, and there's things to be excited about. But they are a rebuilding team, right? That won 4 games a year ago. That, their draft is still suspect from a year ago. So, I'm glad you were critical about that because, that's still something to be concerned about. But, there's a lot of promise here when it comes to the team. I did have to ask this question because I don't know the answer. I could look at our lads and it can tell me what the depth chart is. But without Christian Gonzalez and without Carlton Davis, who are the cornerbacks right now that could be battling for an outside corner spot if one of these guys aren't ready to go?
Yeah, it's a good question. And in a weird way, it's kind of allows us to watch these guys that are going to be the depth corners against Stephon Diggs and Pop Douglas and Kayshon Boutte and Kyle Williams, which is probably a good test for those guys. Like Gonzalez, I think is going to be back for week 1 and is going to be fine. Carlton Davis, I think, will be healthy as well. So you have those guys back, and we'll see where we go from there. But learning about the depth guys is important. You want to know who you can trust in a pinch. And Alex Austin's been serviceable when called upon over the last couple of years. And I think he's one guy that was immediately getting reps as soon as Carlton Davis started to get on this plan of maintenance or whatever they want to call it. Alex Austin was in the mix with Christian Gonzalez and with Marcus Jones. Then Christian Gonzalez went down with this hamstring and became Marcellus Dial. DJ James is kind of like one of these rising stars at training camp that's getting a lot of attention now. So those are the guys that were out there today. A lot of Dial, a lot of Austin, a little bit of DJ James. I really have liked what I've seen from Austin over the last couple of years. And I think Dial might actually be better inside, playing like a nickel role or even a nickel safety type of role where he can use his tackling ability and his physicality that we see on special teams. So maybe that's a role for him, especially in this defense when they want to have maybe a bigger body type inside at times over Marcus Jones. So I'm looking at those two guys in particular, Austin and Dial, as potential depth there at corner.
All right, Evan, what players do you think have helped themselves the most to potentially make a roster spot that maybe you didn't think much of when they were acquired?
Kayvon Chazon's got to be the first guy that comes to mind in that question. I mean, I think he was going to make the roster, but he has been a revelation. I think he's probably been, for my money, the best player on the field for the Patriots through the first couple of padded practices. He's just been in the backfield constantly, and I know some people are going to look at that as a negative in terms of Will Campbell, but to me, I just see a lot of really good traits from Kayvon Chazon that translate to this scheme. The first step explosiveness, the aggressiveness that he plays with, the ability to get into the backfield quickly. Those are all the types of things that they want their edge rushers and their defensive line in general to do, and he's able to do them. So I think he's been really good against the pass throughout his career for the most part, but he's even stand out more against the run than I expected. So maybe Chazon is playing himself into more playing time than we anticipated when we thought they signed him as like a third down pass rusher. Maybe he's somebody that can contribute more often than that.
And he was a stud at LSU. Did Marrone draft him?
Yeah, so he was with Doug Marrone as Marrone's last year in 2020, the COVID year. So when you really think about it, like he was with Marrone in 2020. They were not a good team. They won one game. Marrone gets fired. Then the next year was the Urban Meyer year in Jacksonville, which we all know how that went. So Chazon really hasn't had a great string of coaching or really a great run here in the NFL so far. And like you said, stud at LSU, former first-round pick. So maybe with Vrabel and Terrell Williams and a good scheme fit, like they can get that first-round talent out of a guy like Chazon.
And then final thing, so what's the schedule now? I know, do they practice tomorrow? And I know Friday night is the season ticket holder practice.
Correct. So, yeah, tomorrow will be a walkthrough at Gillette, practice fields behind the stadium. It is open to the public, but it is going to be an hour and a half, and they won't be in pads, and they're going to walk through some things. And then Friday, this in-stadium practice, depending on, years past, Joe, it hasn't really been the highest intensity. It's been more of like a dress rehearsal for the preseason games type of thing. thing, but there are some rumors that maybe this one will be a little bit more intense than what we've seen in the past, and they might be in pads. So maybe it will be more of a scrimmage than just kind of like a walkthrough dress rehearsal like it was over the years with Bill. So maybe a little bit more intense on Friday night, and then the weekend will be off.
All right, just got to ask you about the kickers, right? Kicks. How? I know it's been 6 for 6 one day. Anything happened today? Who's winning that edge right now?
Yeah, so they split them today, and they both made all their kicks today. So if I had to say who's the early winner of the kicker competition, I think Parker Romo's kicked the ball a little bit better than Andy Borgalis, but it's been close enough that you drafted Borgalis in the 6th round. You probably would give the edge to the rookie draft pick because it's not this wide gap. But if we're taking all the context out of it, of one was drafted, one wasn't, and all that stuff, I would say Romo's been a little bit more consistent in training camp, but like I said, it's been close.
All right, he's Evan Lazar, everybody. Check him out, Patriots.com. He also does the Catch-22 podcast. Evan, great job, man. Another year. You ready to go?
Ready to go, man. This is the best time of year. Thanks for having me, Joe.
You got it, man. We'll hopefully talk down the line. He's Evan Lazar. Excellent job. Check out all his work, Patriots.com. He'll be over down there if you guys go and check him out. Does an excellent job over there. We'll take a quick break. We've got to look at the headline here, and it looks like we might have some bad news regarding one of the best players in all of baseball. We'll give you that in the headline.
Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Well, I'll start with that. Just a little while ago, looks like Shohei Ohtani threw 6 straight balls. He was missing badly. Left the game with a trainer. He was pitching tonight. Not good for the Dodgers. So Shohei Ohtani left the game tonight. No update yet on what happened with that one. There are plenty of things going on around Major League Baseball as the trade deadline approaches, and well, the Red Sox are certainly in the mix, but Phillies, they just got they got Johan from Minnesota. They got
think I got a lot more football to play, so I'm super excited. I'm excited right now.
What does that look like?
I don't know, man. I'm feeling young again, man. I'm feeling so young again. I'm feeling like a little breath of fresh air. Getting back to playing football. It's been a while. It's been like 8 months, so I'm just happy to be around here, sweating, running around, getting
Drake May is a lot cooler than he thought, whatever that means. So I figured I'd at least let you hear some of the Stephon Diggs stuff. We got in or out coming up in just a little bit. I know people want to react to the Red Sox stuff, also the Patriots stuff. And our own version of Vern Lundquist is on the air. It's Justin and Lynn. Justin!
Hey, Joe! I just have a thought on the Red Sox. I think the Red Sox can be competitive in the East. I'm not sure if they can win the East, but I think they can be competitive. And I just want your thoughts, Joe.
I think that they can play it for me, Skaz, if you got it. Play it for me if you got it. I am going to live and die on this take. I think the Red Sox have just as good a chance as anybody to win the World Series this year. Make that a hotkey, baby. Better do something tomorrow, I'm telling you. Tonight, tomorrow, whatever. Need this one to come through after the Celtics one didn't. But for those who care, I have hit the Patriots win total 4 years in a row. And I'm on the under this year. Randy on the Patriots. What's up, Randy?
Hey, how's it going tonight, Joe?
How you doing?
I'm all right, man. I'm glad you caught your show. I don't tend to watch a lot of sports, but I caught you, Alex Barth, the other morning, maybe a week ago. I really sure to check out your show stuff.
Thanks, man. Oh, you're cutting out a little bit, dude. If you want to call back, we'll take you. I think your phone was dropping. It could be us. But I appreciate you catching the show.
It's always the compliments that get cut out, Joe, you know?
No.
Never anybody that has a problem with the show.
I will tell you this. Maybe you realize this. But, this whole he's calling back if you want to. I'll put him through. But working all the other shifts this summer, Skaz, I noticed that there are people who don't listen to the night show at all.
Yeah, some people are at home, Joe. They're done for the day, not driving around.
But, this is the perfect show to podcast and listen later.
Absolutely.
We have reels.
Yeah, maybe you're doing something around the house at night. Toss on the YouTube.
I have people tell me that they listen the next day all the time. Especially when we do, fart stuff. And I had somebody mention to me about the brain last night.
That was, yeah. Oof.
I was serious. People thought I was joking. No, I was actually really serious.
No, this is an epidemic that Joe Murray is leading the crusade against.
That's right. Hey, Randy, you're back, bud. Sorry, you were cutting out.
Hey, now hopefully this connection's a little better.
Sounds great. Yep.
Great. No, I was just calling to following up your interview there with Evan, just to talk about how I'm excited for the direction of the Patriots team. Definitely long term too, beyond this season. But I think that they're going to be a run heavy team. I think that almost everything they've done in this offseason, starting with hiring a guy who built an offense around Derrick Henry. And I mean, he says, I had Derrick Henry, sure. But before Mike Vrabel got there, Derrick Henry was just DeMarco Murray's backup. And he built a whole system there. I think it's going to be similar here. I think, look at all the things they did throughout the offseason, right? Starting with Matt Collins, who's known as a run-blocking wide receiver. He's not a big yards producing, catching, that sort of wide receiver. He's good at run blocking. Morgan Moses has always been really good at run blocking. 2 years ago, he was top 6 in the league. Will Campbell, a run blocking left tackle who doesn't really have the length to kind of hold the pocket and get caught on an island and stuff, but they don't care about that because it's run blocking, Garrett Bradbury, only ever really been good at run blocking, going right on back to his college days of his pre-draft analysis. So I think everything's lining up for them to be a heavy run team, and I think what they do is tell Drake to listen, learn to read the defenses. If you remember, back in the day, Tom Brady used to always talk about take what the defense gives you. Just make quick, good decisions and take what the defense gives you. And then once he learned to do that, they were like, just pedal to the metal and do whatever you want, essentially, and it's like mastering the system. It's a long-term investment, but I think that's what they're doing with Drake May here. And I think everything's kind of working out exactly the way you want it. But also two things that caught my eye today or ear today from the interviews, and then I'll hang up and let you go on. But it's Caden Wallace. When he was asked about changing over to guard, he talked about one of the guys that he likes to utilize as a resource is Jared Wilson, he's a rookie, obviously, who came into this league inexperienced. He only had 1 year at Georgia because he was backing up Cedric Van Curren, and before that, he was a kind of entrenched starter there for years. And then Milton Williams, they asked him about the difference between this scheme and the Vic Fangio scheme last year. And the one thing he said was that the guys up front, they don't read anything. They just pin their ears back and go. He said just penetration, get off, no reads. You're just going off to the quarterback. And I think that's interesting because what you're going to have is those four guys literally just chasing the quarterback, trying to beat the other teams with just a 4-man rush. And I think leaving the linebackers and safeties to kind of deal with tight ends and the run game, while the cornerbacks are just on an island man-to-man. And I think it could work with our personnel right now. So I'm curious to hear what you think, and I'll hang up and let you respond. Thanks for the time.
Appreciate you, Randy. I will say this. One of my biggest concerns with hiring Mike Vrabel was being a running football team. If the Patriots are going to be a running football team, they're not going to be good. In this league, you need to be able to throw the ball downfield. Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Carson Palmer. I just said Carson Palmer. Joe Burrow. Wow, my brain went
Andy Dalton.
Yeah, Andy, exactly. You can't run the ball in this league. And again, you can say, look at the Eagles, Lions, Saquon Barkley. Yeah, but when you have, two great wide receivers to throw the ball to downfield to make big plays, it's different, right?
The best offensive line in football helps. Good defensive line,
It's a reason why I did not want Vrabel to be the coach.
Call me crazy, Joe. I'm not going to credit Derrick Henry's career to Mike Vrabel. Did he help him? Sure. I'll give you that.
He's been better when he's with the Ravens.
Yeah. I'm not.
He's on his way to he was on his way to a Hall of Fame career. But with what he did for the Ravens last year was incredible. Incredible. And I'm almost pissed that they went to Andrews on that play instead of whatever.
Yeah, Trey didn't like that last night. We were talking Ravens football. He did not like that.
Oh well. We got in or out, but you know what? We might as well push it. We have a whole 9 o'clock hour. Why don't we just do that? Paul's in Lexington. Hey, Paul.
Hey, how you doing, Joe? Love the show.
Thanks, buddy.
I haven't called. I'm 65. Haven't called in 50 years.
Wow.
And I said, one of these days I'm going to call and ask this question.
Do it.
All right, here we go. Do you know how an object in motion stays in motion? The old saying. Yeah. My question is, why are offensive linemen taught from the time they play, elementary school football on a pass play, when they come out of their stance, to back up instead of firing out and hitting the guy that they need to hit? They back up, and all the defensive guy has to do a lot of times is just, an object in motion. Just push him or fake them. I need an answer. I don't understand why they're taught that.
Can I make it easy for you?
Please.
So first off, the way I was taught to play offensive line was not about stepping back. It was about your footwork. So if you can somehow get your hands up first and have your center of gravity, that's what helps you. But if you do fire out on a pass play, you are an ineligible man downfield if you go past the line.
Even you don't fire out in a sense of going 3 or 4 yards.
Somebody
but you
might. Someone,
yeah.
One of the 5 might.
Okay.
But
that doesn't satify me, but I appreciate it.
Well, I'll just say this: did you ever play line or?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay,
growing up in high school.
So you put your hand down on the line, right?
Right.
And the coach says, "Hey, we're gonna do toss right. So what you should do is move your right foot first to box them out from the right side. It's all about footwork and hands, man. And I get what you're saying about drop back. If you're dropping back, you've already been beat. You get about footwork and hands. So I don't believe in. Now I do believe in. There's certain footwork where you drag your foot back, but you have center of gravity, which means that you're, like you said, the immovable object, or when you have center of gravity, nobody can push you back. So and I know offensive line talk's boring, but to answer your question, if you do fire out on a pass play, you can be ineligible downfield. Somebody can be going after a linebacker. It just doesn't work. And also the pocket can collapse.
Yeah,
there's more layers
times
to it if you'd like.
It's not that simple, is what you're saying.
It's not that simple.
All right. Thanks, man. I'll talk to you in 50 years.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Wow. Could you give it? Is there any other explanation I missed there?
Joe, I leave the offensive line talk to you.
Should we Google it?
That is not my world.
Should we Google why can't you run block on a passing play? Let's see what AI says. In a passing play, offensive linemen generally cannot execute run blocking techniques because it would pull them out of position and create vulnerabilities for the quarterback. Run blocking involves moving forward to create running lanes, while pass blocking focuses on staying in place to protect the quarterback from defenders. Attempting to run block on a passing play would leave the quarterback exposed and could result in a penalty or even a sack. I pretty much said that, right? I think. AI was better than me.
Yeah, don't say that.
I just started talking about
see
footwork.
Some of those AI trades Jay Stu was putting out today.
But footwork, center of gravity, quick hands, that's the name of the game, baby. All right. Well, we're going to do in or out next. We're pushing it back because we got calls. But this hour of the sports has been brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your next round through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray, and I'll talk to you in 50 years.
What's it going to be, McFly? Are you in or out?
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Taka Yoshida, Romy Gonzalez. They all went deep, and Brian Bale went deep into the game, 7 innings. And everyone's happy about that. Well, now it's the trade deadline, and there are moves, but let's tell you about Shohei Ohtani, who exited the game tonight due to cramps. We'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit. Looks like the Red Sox were in on Mr. Johan, but he's going to the Phillies. So there you go. He's gone. What else is going on? Ryan Hazley. Guess where he's going? To the Mets. So he's out. There's a lot going on, and I can't keep up. But we have In or Out coming up next, and this hour of the Sports Hub is brought to you by Premier Basement Waterproofing. If you find water from the drain in your sump pump and it isn't pumping, call the best. It's like third generation. Family owned. The Albert family. 844-LIVE-DRY or premierbasement.net. It's game over for water. I'm Joe Murray.
If you've got the app, you've got Toucher and Hardy to wake you up no matter where you are.
Or who may or may not have been to jail.
Get the app. The 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Are you in or out? Gotta know without a doubt. I'm the one you need for a dirty deed. I'm the best. Success is guaranteed.
Are you in or out? It's the name of the game. Our intern Luke is in studio, so he's got some. Skaz has some. You know what else? We even have a caller who has one, but he hung up. I was just about to go to him. I was going to say we're all getting in on the act. Well, here's the deal, everybody, in our chat on YouTube, for everybody that's watching. A lot of people watching. Thank you. Somebody will give a question, and then are you in or out? So who wants to start first, Skaz or Luke?
We'll start traditional in or out style, and then I had intern Luke come up with some MLB trade deadline Red Sox related in or outs that we will end with. Okay. So, gentlemen, let's start with this one. Daryl Morey. Everyone knows Daryl Morey, 76ers president. He was asked about the Lakers' bubble championship for some reason, and he said, everyone I speak to around the league privately agrees that it doesn't truly hold up as a genuine championship. Gentlemen, are we in or out on Daryl Morey, of all people, calling the Lakers title fake?
Out.
Yeah, I'm out.
It was a tournament in a bubble. LeBron and Anthony Davis were the best duo to win the championship inside the bubble.
Very difficult to win in that environment as well, I would argue. Literally stuck with the same people for months on end. And Daryl Morey, as you said, of all people, guys, should not be talking, respectfully.
Did the 76ers, what happened to them? I remember in a Game 7, they gave up a shot to Kawhi Leonard to...
Oh, I thought you were going to go Tatum there at the Game 7.
I mean,
but that one works too. Yeah,
that one too if you don't really like.
They won't be seeing any Game 7s anytime soon.
I think the 76ers are going to be all right this year. The East is going to
Game
stink.
7 all right? Fair point.
I think Embiid's a great player, but I think he's a dog.
Well, if you read that article that came out a week or two ago, the 76ers are responsible for a lot of what went wrong with Joel Embiid, to the point like he could think about like legal action against them if some of the stuff in that article is... This. Yeah, one of the things in the article basically said that like an intern was in charge of his rehab from one of his injuries, which that seems like malpractice to me.
Don't put me on that, guys. Anything like that.
Yeah, no medical. No medical task for you, Luke.
Not my forte.
All right, gentlemen, from the NBA to the WWE. The WWE has partnered with Breath Death for fans to combat bad breath. Pure mint, no mercy. GetBreathDeath.com. Are we in or out on the WWE partnering with Breath Death to combat fans' bad breath?
Yes, in. Let me just say something. Liv Morgan, Drew McIntyre, Becky Lynch. There has been a, let's just say a scene. The
classic unaware of being that you're at a wrestling
show. You never know. Maybe when I was a child.
I'm one of them. But I would say that is a characterization of a Mark wrestling fan. And yes, Marks, what do? They try to get photos with, they try to get autographs And I'm sure that these people are just doing their job, hoping, because they had to wake up and shower and put deodorant on and brush their teeth. They would hope that you would give the same. But with wrestlers, don't understand. Marks don't care, baby. So I am glad that they are doing this. But man, wrestling fans really get it bad regarding their hygiene. No doubt about it.
I'm in simply because I'm somebody who hates people with bad breath. So I don't have anything to add I don't have anything to contribute when it comes to the wrestling aspect, but good breath in.
All right, this from our very own Joe Murray. Simply put in Slack, are you in or out on one word opening text? So you're saying someone starts a conversation with like, hey, what's up? No, like one or the other word saying like, hey, or my apologies, Lou.
Hi, hey, Joe. Out.
What about like
if you slacked me? Hey. I'd be like, what is about to drop? Right? Am I wrong?
So, Skaz, what about like Fortnite question mark?
In on that.
Yeah, that's
like
what I'm
FIFA
saying.
question mark?
Yeah, like somebody
Different.
drops like my favorite.
That's a word with
like
a question mark.
My favorite restaurant.
That's a word with a question mark. If I wrote...
Well, did you say no punctuation?
Domino's question mark.
Did you say no punctuation?
There's... No.
So then the punctuation's fair game.
If I texted you, yo... And didn't
all right,
respond.
so you just mean okay, yeah, I'm out.
You're out.
Yeah,
thank you. We're all out.
You got to have the follow up.
Why this guy Alexander's in, wondering what the problem is. You know what I don't like is when someone gives a one-word answer and makes you wait. Hey, okay, what's coming? See, I guess maybe I've worked like real office jobs. We have a Slack. We used to have a Slack, but if like your boss says, hey, and then you're waiting there like, one word answer. What's going on here? This hey can't be good.
So guys, remind me to reply to Joe with one word next time he sends me a text.
Hey is for horses. Out. Screw.
All right, gentlemen, we had a Stranger Things Chips Ahoy collab, I believe it was, last week. Well, now Stranger Things is teaming up with Kellogg's for Demogorgon Crunch is what it's called, but it is maple waffle flavored cereal with marshmallows. Gentlemen, are we in or out on maple waffle flavored cereal with marshmallows?
I'm out personally. Cereal's not really my thing. I don't like to eat a lot of sugar in the morning. Maybe if I was having it for breakfast or for like a dessert, but I'm out. I don't really feel super strongly, but I'm out.
I need more.
It's in Slack if you need an image.
Okay.
Now I'm curious. I want the visual for this.
I will say though, cereal at night better than cereal in the morning.
Agree on that front. But now I'm even more out after seeing the visual.
This kind of reminds me of Count Chocula without the chocolate, and instead you're getting maple marshmallows.
I don't really love maple at all, personally.
Bad take.
Do you know what I get?
Yeah,
you know what I've been getting lately? I've turned into a sausage over bacon guy. I'll eat both.
I don't like. I'm out on bacon in general as a food. I know you guys are both going to disagree with me on that. Everybody disagrees on me with that. I don't like bacon.
How is that even humanly possible? How does a human have taste buds that reject bacon?
The look on Joe's face.
Disgust. Yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's not that I enjoy sausage either. Just bacon is just.
What do you enjoy?
A lot. I enjoy a lot of food. Bacon is not one of them.
Let's talk breakfast. Just go.
What do I? Well, all right. First off, typically I don't eat breakfast because I don't enjoy eating in the morning. But recently this summer, I have made a lot of. You know what? You want? I'm gonna give you the full recipe here, Joe. You ready? All right. We go sourdough bread, avocado, fried egg, olive oil, hot sauce.
I mean, it sounds legit. That sounds like a legit breakfast.
Who the hell eats avocado for breakfast? For real?
Myself. I eat avocado probably 2 or 3 times a day.
I think avocado toast has become a thing in the morning.
Yeah, but you got to go to like Prest or somewhere nice to get that.
Well, you could just buy avocados.
I don't buy avocados.
They're not like wildly expensive.
Avocados are unbelievable.
Listen, guys.
I'm
play the hits. Damn it.
I'm a scrambled eggs guy.
Scrambled eggs. sausage or bacon, maybe a can of corned beef hash with some sort of bread. What's your favorite bread?
I would go pancakes.
What's your favorite bread? White, raisin, wheat?
In terms of that,
bagel, croissant, muffin.
Bagel, why not?
What's your favorite bread? I like pancakes.
I feel like in the morning you can classify pancakes as bread.
So you like pancakes over French toast?
Correct. You wouldn't call. I mean, they're both carbs.
You a hard-boiled egg guy?
Not really. The only way that I really enjoy eggs is fried, sunny side up.
There you go.
Do you like corned beef hash?
Not really.
What about waffles?
They're fine. In terms of the big three, pancakes is comfortably one.
Hash browns?
No. Hash browns. Those sides like tater tots. I'm out on those.
Not tots.
Yeah, no. I know. I'm saying all things
fries,
in that variety. No, I'm all set.
You
all
don't like a potato with breakfast?
I mean, a potato on a plate is a different story. And no, I don't. No, I don't enjoy it. Yeah, I'll eat a long time.
I bet you'd like it. I bet you would like.
I'm
bacon.
willing to give it a try.
There's a listener that sent me a giant jug of maple syrup from Vermont, so we can drink it if you want. Isn't that what Elf drank?
I think he put it on his pasta. I believe.
Oh, I think it was the M&Ms and the maple syrup and the pasta. Yeah.
He likes sugar. But anyways, my point is, I get sausage links, and I have maple sausage links, and I'm telling you guys, it's a game changer in the air fryer. Next, he just blew my mind right there.
Yeah, I know. That was
Saying that I
lot.
don't like bacon. Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Well, we'll end with this one, and then Luke could give you some trade deadline ones. Jollibee has been rated the #1 fast food chicken place for the second year in a row. Gentlemen, have we ever heard of Jollibee? And
I was gonna say, can you say it again? Because I've never heard of that.
Jollibee.
Can't say I've heard of
#1
it.
fast food chicken in the country, 2 years in a row. Joe Murray, are you in or out?
I'm looking at them now. Never heard of them before. It looks like a rabbit or a beaver. What the hell is that?
I think it's a bunny, but I could be wrong.
Jollibee, huh?
Yeah, so I have a buddy. I got to shout out my buddy Justin, who, I don't know, 6 months to somewhere around then, texted our group chat and said, I have found the best fast food chicken in the country. And he's known for his bad takes, so we, rightly ridiculed him because none of us had ever heard of it. And he was vindicated this week when I saw that from, I think it was USA, that it was the best fast food chicken in the country 2 years in a row. So he raves about it. My other buddies have tried it that are on the West Coast. They also rave about it, but I don't think it's made its way. I think there is some in New York, but I don't think it's made its way to Massachusetts yet.
Closest one to us is in New York, Manhattan, 14 East Street.
I'm seeing like buckets of fried chicken with like a side of like spaghetti and sauce. Extremely out on that.
And
that's what look at this, Joe.
Love spaghetti.
That doesn't look like fry. That's spaghetti.
I would say this as of right now. Now,
the classic spaghetti on the side of the chicken.
It's not the same. To me, I think Dave's Hot Chicken, pound for pound, is the best.
I've never had it, but I've heard people rave about it. Yeah,
but you are getting a spiced or a some sort of
worth trying, Joe.
Dave's incredible, and I know the guys, so I love them. So
better than Chick-fil-A or Raising Cane's.
Chick-fil-A is very good. I've never had Raising Cane's.
Wow.
I know.
You've got to go to Raising Cane's.
The problem is that there's one next to BU, right?
Yeah.
Or is that Cane's?
Yeah, Cane's.
It's the same thing. Okay,
Raising Cane's. Yeah,
they did open one on Route 1, but I've never been there.
Okay. They got everything on Route 1. You can find it.
If Popeyes is one of my favorites, and
I'm not a.
And I grew up on KFC.
I'm out on Popeyes and KFC.
So I mean, is this more of a competitor to them? Because I'm trying to think of another, like, where a bucket head of chicken.
What do you guys on this? What is Jubilee? What is this place called?
Jollibee.
Jollibee. Are you? What?
I've never had it.
You know what I didn't like?
Have you ever heard of it before today?
Well, yeah, because my buddies rave about it.
Yeah.
Remember he said that?
Yeah, now I do. Thanks, Joe.
I had a Jack in the Box in Dallas, and I thought it was whack.
Not a fan.
Just did nothing for me. But the other thing, back in the day, I used to get that KFC. Take both.
I would take both.
I would take one or the other.
If you're talking about all right, let's say signing one in the offseason, would you rather sign Merrill Kelly or Zach Gallen? I would rather sign Gallen.
Ooh.
Because I think that's a situation where Andrew Bailey can get to work on Zach Gallen and figure out what the problem is. And when he's around Garrett Crochet, I think that.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
In or out on the Red Sox potentially trading for Mackenzie Gore?
What position?
Pitcher. You've never heard of Mackenzie Gore?
I have heard of Mackenzie Gore, but I'm trying to put it all together in my
starting
brain.
pitcher on the Washington Nationals.
Oh, well, everybody's available. What about Lowe?
Nate Lowe?
Yeah.
I'm good. The team already strikes out too much.
I hope you know this. You're giving me in or outs. I want them all.
I've got a list. I got like 8 more.
I don't think the Red Sox should be picking and choosing on who they're out on.
Oh, fair enough.
They should be in on everybody. So that's why for my pause. Okay. Does he have any, is he a rental?
Mackenzie Gore? No, I believe he has years of control.
In.
He's only 26 years old as well. He's acquired from the Juan Soto trade. I am very in on Mackenzie Gore. I'll group these ones together because I am out on both Ryan O'Hearn and Yandy Diaz.
Yandy Diaz in.
Why?
Those the American League East can play. Why not? See, this is what I'm saying. You sound like an old when the Celtics were here, right? People would pick and choose on, oh, we don't want Kevin Durant. Oh, no, we don't want these guys. Nobody wanted to play for you. Nobody wants to play for the Red Sox. So, if you can acquire one of these guys, you can't say no to them. Now we're picking and choosing? Now,
I tend to disagree on that.
The thing on Yandy Diaz, right-handed, right? Has 18 home runs?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want that? He can play first base.
I would take Rhys Hoskins over Yandy Diaz.
Yeah, I would too. But guess what? Can they get Rhys Hoskins?
Probably not with the way the Brewers
I want Yandy Diaz. This is what I'm talking about.
We
can't be picking and choosing. I want this guy, but I don't want this guy. If you can acquire them, get them.
All right, Joe.
This is what happened with the Celtics. I don't want this guy. I want this guy. Get who you can. If Yandy Diaz is available, you put him at first base and you tell him to hit home runs over the monster. Right?
What are you doing with Romy Gonzalez?
I don't care.
Cutting his playing time.
Who
Romy
cares
Gonzalez has been unbelievable
about
this season.
Romy Gonzalez?
He's been unbelievable this season.
Oh yeah, it's 296 in his home run today. He is what was his batting average going into today? What was his last? What was he? His last 56 going into today?
So now we're looking at it on a 2-week sample size?
Yes.
Disagree on
because
the way
he's not an everyday player.
I never said he was.
But you said what about him?
Because I don't want to completely cut out his playing.
He's not.
Time.
He's going to play still. He's going to play some second base.
If this team acquires Yandy Diaz, when is Romy Gonzalez ever going to play?
He's going to play second base?
I don't think he's going to play second base. I think they're going to put Rafael there every time over.
Would you guys like to guess Yandy Diaz's career batting average at Fenway Park?
Yep, I heard this on. Shout out to Section 10 podcast.
I did not listen. I don't know.
I believe if it was a 162 game pace at Fenway, he would hit 9 home runs or something like that.
That's not good?
No, that's not good. Anyway,
so he's not good at Fenway. So we should just dismiss him.
No. Yandy Diaz has a career 317 batting average with 59 hits, only 4 home runs though, 22 RBIs and 28 runs scored in his 46 games against
22
the Red
RBIs
Sox
in 46 games, Joe?
On the road in his career.
Yes. Why are you picking and choosing who you want and who you don't want?
That's what I was brought in here for. Anyways,
you weren't.
Well,
you were here to ask me questions.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
And now I'm asking you.
Well, I got the next one
why
ready,
are you
Joe.
dismissing people who are good?
So everybody that's good in Major League Baseball, the Red Sox should want?
Yes.
Disagree.
Yes. Skaz, please help me.
Disagree.
Please help.
They have a third baseman.
Luke, would the Red Sox be better with or without Yandy Diaz?
I think they would be slightly better. That doesn't mean I think it's worth. I think there's way better options they can make at the deadline.
Who would you prefer over Yandy Diaz?
Mackenzie Gore.
Different position. If they're getting a bat.
If they're getting a bat? And Eugenio Suarez?
I don't. So, but you'd be okay with them giving up that for Eugenio Suarez, who's 30.
Giving up what?
Years. it's going to be a lot more than it would be for Yandy Diaz.
Sure, I'm fine with that. Eugenio Suarez hits a home run every other at bat.
In Arizona.
You don't think he would do that at Fenway Park with the Green Monster?
I just think the AL East is, a little different. Well, Blue Jays, we'll see. But they're not getting a guy like Eugenio Suarez. I think that's not
I don't know
realistic.
that they're getting Yandy Diaz either. I don't know that Craig Breslow is going to do anything.
But you're dismissing anyone.
I'm saying I don't want this guy?
Like, you are just...
I would prefer Ryan O'Hearn over Yandy Diaz. How about that?
I want Ryan O'Hearn, too. I want them all.
So you would take both Ryan O'Hearn and Yandy Diaz?
Yes.
Where are you going to play Ryan O'Hearn?
Don't care.
See, okay, but that's the exact problem they have is they have too many outfielders right now.
So where were you in 1990, when Willie McGee came to the Red Sox and they had to figure out where they're going to play the hitting leader and MVP of the league? This is just
not alive.
Exactly.
Not alive either. Not alive either.
Where will Willie McGee play? Now, why Ryan O'Hearn? If they get Ryan O'Hearn, they're probably not going to get Yandy Diaz.
Correct. It's one or the other.
If they get Yandy Diaz, they're probably not going to get Ryan O'Hearn. My thing is, get one of them.
Okay.
Solid career for Willie McGee. 18-year career, 295 batting average.
Pretty good, huh?
Not a lot of home runs, though.
No, but look at his batting average. What was his highest batting average ever?
Give me 1 second here.
What was he with the Red Sox?
In 1985, he played 152 games, 652 plate appearances, and batted .353.
It's pretty good, huh?
And then he was on the Red Sox 10 years later and batted .285.
Pretty
in
good,
67 games.
Where are they going to play Willie McGee with who bats .353? Doesn't matter. Get him in the lineup.
I was alive in 1995, I will say that.
Okay.
Briefly, but I was alive.
Troy O'Leary was on that team.
I was a big Jose Offerman, Troy O'Leary guy.
Oh, yeah. Jose Offerman. Yeah. I used to call him Awfulman.
Joe, I have a question for you.
Yes.
How much does defense matter to you in baseball?
For the Red Sox, an extreme amount.
And Romy Gonzalez is your second baseman if they get Yandy Diaz.
No, that's not.
Who's your second baseman?
I would actually bring up Christian Campbell because he's hitting very well. And I don't think he's good at defense either. I think
they're both awful.
I don't think. How about this? You asked me what I think. What do the Red Sox think?
At second base? I think they're going to go with Rafaela.
What do the Red Sox think on defense?
Yeah, I think until Marcelo Meyer gets back, they're going to put Rafaela at second base.
Marcelo Meyer comes back with the wrist injury that he had last year, what makes you think he's coming back?
Nothing at the moment. So then Rafaela is going to be the second baseman the rest of the year.
Do you play fantasy sports?
I do. Would you take Yandy Diaz right now over the Abraham Toro, Romy Gonzalez platoon?
Yes.
All right.
How many home runs combined does Romy Gonzalez and Toro have?
More than you. How many do you think? But before you look it up, guess. All right, or don't. I think it's probably 14 or 15.
Okay, one is 7 for Romy.
They have 12.
Okay, 12.
Yandy Diaz has 18.
That's 6 home runs really doing it for you?
Yes.
Okay.
In a playoff race in the AL East, yes.
Do you know that they've lost 21 games by 1 run?
I know. They've also been a lot better in those 1-run games recently.
But they lose. Imagine if you... What happened today? Did you see what they did today offensively?
Yeah.
How many home runs they hit?
A lot.
Helped, right?
Did help.
Helped Bayo?
Helped Bayo. But they also didn't need 13 runs to win the game.
Did it help the defense?
Sure, it helped the defense.
Did it help the bullpen?
Yes.
Yandy Diaz.
Yandy Diaz helped the Sox today.
You know, Luke, I hope you remember this conversation someday.
When the Red Sox get Yandy Diaz.
Not even Yandy
hour?
Diaz. Win a team next year. We have a show to do today.
Okay. Same guy last week who said the Red Sox are who we think we are. Who we think they are. The one who just said an hour ago that they have the same.
Pat, and I'm supposed to be happy with standing pat.
You're the one.
Hang on,
Joe.
Standing pat. I'm the one who says this and this and that, but I'm the one who thinks that standing pat is a bad message. It's a bad message to you. It's a bad message to Skaz. It's a bad message to everybody out there. They had intentions this year when they signed Bregman to be serious contenders. And now they are in a playoff spot. And at the deadline, everybody around them is doing something. But they stand pat.
I'm not a fan of standing pat either. But you are the one who said the Red Sox have as good of a chance as anyone to make the World Series.
I did. And if they double down, their hat is now in the ring. They're a playoff team right today. Why wouldn't they improve? And my whole thing is,
agree on all
I don't want to
fronts.
hear about next year anymore. I don't want to hear about next year. I don't care about next year. Did I just sound like...
Sound like Steve the
Mad
Pirate.
Dog. No, I sound like Mad Dog. Sell it, I think. What does he say? Sell it. Don't stand pat. It's stupid to stand pat.
Agree.
All right. Let's go to break.
Tatis and Joe Ryan this offseason.
Yeah,
please.
next year. Yeah, next year. Whee! Let's go to break.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
I love all the interns. I really do. I think we have really good interns who are thoughtful, work hard. They curate very well. I'm not even going to drop a but. I'm actually curious who Luke what he actually thinks they're going to do. And if it's stand pat, I'm out. I'm out. There was a song back in the 90s when I was a kid. I think the lyrics were, I don't care how you get here, just get here if you can. I don't care what the trades the Red Sox make. Just make them. Improve the team. I don't care what you give up. Now, again, I don't want to give up Marcelo Meyer and Tolle and whatever for a rental. But let me just give you a scenario. I had a take last year regarding the Bruins that, hey, you know what? They should hang on to the money, and, in the offseason, they're going to have so much money to spend. I remember saying that. Do you know who the Bruins spent their money on this offseason? You see their offseasons, guys? Remember that?
Tanner Jeannot?
My take was, hey, maybe they should do all this because they're going to have so much money in free agency. How did their free agency go? Yeah, you're right. Tanner Jeannot. I'm just saying is if you wait for next year, the Blue Jays will be better next year. The Rays could get back into the standings. Baltimore at some point is going to get somebody who can run that organization. The Yankees will get better. And I just think if you wait for next year, out. And I know I'm crossing sports, but I made the mistake of doing this with the Bruins this year. In this offseason, nobody wanted to sign here. Nobody. Now, do I think the Red Sox are an organization that is attractive? Yes. Bregman signing here and showing the impact he had, maybe there are other guys who think they can bring that to the table too. But maybe there's people in the league that think John Henry won't pay. Maybe there are those people. I just think that waiting for next year is a problem. Waiting for next year's, I'm out. Every year, the Red Sox, after the trade deadline, when they haven't made impactful moves, have tanked. Tanked. I can give you the numbers, okay? They're a playoff team. You're in it. You're in it with the likes of the Yankees and the Blue Jays and the Astros. Throw your hat in the ring. Don't stand pat. Stand pat what? So you can watch the combination of Toro and Romy Gonzalez eventually fall apart? You can't bank on that. You can't. I mean, right now, Roman Anthony's outstanding. He's, fourth in Major League Baseball in the last 40 games in OPS? That's great. He's a big reason why they're better. But Giolito, besides last start, or Bayo, besides his last start, they've struggled. I just don't think you can bank on what you have now. You have a nice foundation in place. Now it's time to build on that foundation. Don't settle. Out on settling. Get to the headline here. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Red Sox 13-1 winners today. Patriots at camp. Drake May was good. Bradbury wasn't there. Everyone's happy, though. Give you a better update coming up soon. You know what? Luke's going to give us the next update. Headlines are brought to you by Boston Prolotherapy. Don't let joint pain keep you off the course, or trail. Eliminate that pain with Dr. Franke of Boston Prolotherapy. I'm Joe Murray. Joe, there's no salary cap in baseball. Spend the money. Are we on YouTube? Anyways.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm reading the YouTube stuff. That's why. Joe is hangry and hates that kid. Somebody wrote, which is not true. I like Luke a lot. Joe's take on the Sox having equal chance to win the title just got stronger. Ohtani down. You never know what's going to happen post-trade deadline. I was told it was just cramps. Another Milliken clone here. Let's see. Joe, it's a losing battle. This kid probably likes Connor Wong, who had 2 hits today. Hey, keep this kid around. When is he in studio more? Joe has been pissed ever since this kid said he doesn't eat bacon and that pancakes are his favorite bread. Joe, good pull on Willie McGee. Joe, nobody cares about 30 years ago. Joe, don't you know you can't cut Romy Gonzalez and Abraham Toro playing time for a guy better than both combined? Joe, I like this kid. He beat Joe in an argument, so Joe changed the conversation. Christian Campbell, LOL. Driveline, somebody wrote. Listen to your elders, young Jedi. This kid is a cocky kid. I like this. So you're content with window shopping, somebody wrote. Carlos Santana's nasty on the guitar.
Can't argue with that.
But what about Romy and Toro, Joe? How often is this kid in studio? The kid is exhausting Joe.
I think we need him in there more.
He's a natural facilitator. Out on Tatis, he says. We have a show to do today, Luke. Out on standing pat. Anyways. When did Joe Murray turn into Felger? Huh? Did that happen? That's all I got on Luke. You know what, though? I will tell you, though. He did go toe-to-toe. He didn't back down. I yelled. I did shut off for a minute. He stood by his guns. Do you think he's missing out on the Section 10 podcast right now? It's upsetting him.
No.
So, Skaz, this is what I want to do before we go home. I want to do salary cap in baseball. Everybody's thoughts on Scotty Scheffler. Kristaps Porzingis. And Messi. Do we tell everybody what just happened with Messi, by the way?
They just won a League Cup game, and Messi was, I don't want to say as fired up as I've ever seen him. It wasn't, Netherlands in the World Cup, but he was screaming in people's faces, like going at the other. There was a little scrum after the game, pushing and shoving. Messi very involved. So I just think that's a great thing for ML. The Revs stink. They're not doing anything. Caleb Porter's still there. Both their supporter groups have put out statements saying, fire this guy, fire Kurt Amalfo.
That's wild, huh?
Is it, though? Because it's deserved. It should be expected at this point.
It's wild because what else? We get it here, right? Like, we have a great relationship with the Revs. I think they're open to the criticism.
Well, they can't expect anything else right now.
My thing is like, what else can the guys who are actual Revs fans, and I do think those guys, and I think you and I have agreed on this. People who love their sports team, that's American sports. It's different elsewhere, right? It's just different. The game of soccer is different outside of America.
But I think there are diehard MLS fans, and the Revs. I don't want to say they don't care about their fans. I wouldn't say that. I think that's unfair. I think they do a lot of things for their fans, but at some point, the only thing that matters is putting a winning product on the field, and it's like they refuse to do it. They fired Bruce Arena 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, whatever it is. We still know nothing about the situation. You got weird, fake Rebs media on Twitter, too, that's like the fans deserve to know. We know, but we can't tell you. Don't say anything then. If you know, say it. I hate that where, guys on Twitter I know what happened with Bruce Arena behind the scenes, but it's not my place. I want to let them tell you. They're never going to tell us, and you don't know anything. So
Malcolm Butler.
Yeah, everybody's a loser in that situation. The Revs stink, and who knows when they're ever going to be good.
I guess what I mean by it is there are diehard fans who want the team to do more, and they're not. Okay, should we bring up the Jermaine? Remember last week we brought up was it last week? We
talked about Jermaine Jones, and then he basically came out and said they forced me to go to New England.
So what's the story? A player right now is being forced to play somewhere, and Jermaine Jones is speaking up because it happened to him. He signed a deal, but
something like that. There's player choice. They've tried to kind of, I don't want to say erase that or misremember exactly how it happened, but. Yeah, there's a lot of that in the MLS, and I think that's a problem too. But it's a league-wide problem. It starts at the top. It's brutal being a Revs fan right now. I don't know where the light at the end of the tunnel comes from.
I'm sorry that Revs fans or MLS fans, you're not going to like when I have to say here, you're a stepping stone. And we've talked to Taylor Twellman about it, and he said that MLS love it. They love it, right? They love being a stepping stone. And unfortunately, that's what you are. People come here to New England, they go to the academy, and then they go to the academy, play here, and then go play elsewhere. That's the name of the game. People want to play for PSG. They want to play for teams like that. Then they want to go play for their country. That's what they want to do. And they want to make money everywhere that they go. And I just think to be a fan of that sport, it's hard because there's so much other money, so many other involvements, other teams. It's hard for people to just focus on an MLS season. That's my opinion. By the way, I want to get Luke back in here before we go home tonight. You know why? Because we had a conversation about tackles and off the air. Well, another tackle is just signed for big money. Oh, we're going to find tackles in the league. So, Luke, in the final hour, we're going to bring you in and do some tackle talk. You good? Is he good?
Yeah, he was just cutting some video.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I do want him to know.
He's working.
I am hard. I will say this. I've probably been harder on Luke than any other intern. But you know what it is? I do think he can be good at this.
Yeah, I think you just saw him for 25 minutes.
You got to hang in there. That's the thing. Sometimes you're going to sink or swim.
I think you got to hang in there with Luke sometimes, too.
You're right.
I think Luke's crushed it. He's done great. He was just cutting some video. He's going to give us some headlines in a little bit, too.
I don't mean to be hard on him, though.
No, I think that's my favorite part.
Yeah.
That's where I get the enjoyment.
Like when we had Ryan Bell could have done our job for us.
Yes, and he did, pretty much.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he could have just done. Luke is a thinker. He's a thinker.
Big time thinker. He's a questioner.
He asks a lot of questions.
He's a questioner.
And it makes me think, and then I get aggravated. But it is funny. If I ask him a question, he will ask a question. And I got nicknamed Jeopardy Joe.
It's almost like you somehow reverse osmosis that
yes.
Into Luke.
But again, if we didn't like you, I wouldn't talk to you.
People really enjoyed his pancakes as his favorite bread. People really enjoyed that one.
You should cut what I just read, what everybody wrote in chat, Luke, about you. It was very endearing. It's good. All right. Do we have a musings? Should we do a musings?
You too. I have a small one.
Let's do it. Musings top of the hour, and this hour of the sports has been brought to you by our good friends, and they are our good friends. And they're over at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com to save 15% off an extra after oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. That's the sound of cracking a Celsius at 9:58 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Astros back at Fenway Park this weekend in a 3-game set. On Friday, it will be a 7-10 first pitch. Hunter Brown going for the Astros. The Red Sox have yet to name a starter. Garrett Crochet will be pushed back 1 start. Red Sox playing it safe with a potential innings pitched concern for Garrett Crochet. He is already approaching his career high in innings pitched. So the Red Sox giving him an extended breather before his next start. Shohei Ohtani on the Los Angeles Dodgers earlier this evening went down with an injury. He left the game with cramps, according to Jeff Passan. Trades today in Major League Baseball. The trading deadline is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Ke'Bryan Hayes this afternoon traded from the Pittsburgh Pirates to the Cincinnati Reds. The New York Mets bolstering up their bullpen a little bit, acquiring Ryan Helsley and Tyler Rogers in 2 separate trades, trying to win the NL East title as well as compete for the World Series. And the Phillies in the same division made probably the biggest trade of the deadline so far, acquiring closer Yohan Duran from the Minnesota Twins. Patriots camp continued this week. Christian Gonzalez will still be out for a little while. Multiple sources, including Mike Vrabel, saying that Christian Gonzalez will be out for at least the rest of the week. The Patriots' home opener of the preseason is Friday, August 10th. That will be against the Washington Commanders. And they have a joint practice with the Commanders next week. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Premier Basement Waterproofing. Buying a home or finishing your basement? Do what Beal did. Get it waterproofed first so you never see a drop of water again. 844-LIVE-DRY or premierbasement.net. It's game over for water. I'm intern Luke. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update in 30 minutes.
Come on, let's face it. Your summer barbecue, it's just training camp for tailgate season. And Patriots training camp is where the Sports Hub will be as the team gets ready for a new season with a new coach, Mike Vrabel. Keep it on the Sports Hub, and we'll keep you up to date with all things Patriots. 98.5, The Sports Hub.
In the world unrelated to sports. So sit back, relax, and get your mind in the game and listen to the words of a grown man complain.
Something I've noticed more and more, we drive home at 11 o'clock every night, Joe. I don't know if this is something you've noticed more and more, but people just don't have their headlights on the highway. People just all be coming up on the highway. I'll just see someone when you just know, like, you could see their brake lights aren't, like the back lights aren't on, then you get up next to them and they just have like the fog lights on pretty much. I must have seen 4 or 5 last night on my drive home, and I saw 2 or 3 the other night on my drive home. So just a PSA to everyone out there, make sure your headlights are on, make sure your lights are on. I thought most cars did it automatically these days, but it's all over the place on the roads right now.
I was about to say, I think the issue with that is because a lot of people are used to automatic lights. But if you adjust your fog light or something to that degree, your rear lights can be off. So, for example, in my car, I have automatic lights, but I still have to turn them on to get that extra, beam to.
I try, and if I get out in front of you, I try and give you the heads up.
That detour's brutal.
Oh, it's like almost worse.
Back to Newton to Route 30. So what I ended up doing is I just go back towards the station and I go Bear Hill Road, whatever the hell it is down the road.
Like you're going like behind.
Dude,
almost,
I'm going
right?
to Newton back to whatever college is back here, Brandeis. That's the worst. What are they doing? Is this the time of year where road work is done in the summer at night? Like, is that a thing? Has it always been a thing?
I feel like this is, the summer's starting to wind down. They got to start finishing these jobs before the weather turns. So now it's just everywhere.
I left Peabody today at 3:15. Stopped for gas. Went to Natick and got there. Where you're starting to find sweat that you never realized you sweat before.
Maybe like if I'm out all day on the golf course or something, but I would say my sweat level is pretty standard, Joe. So far at this age.
Do you know that I've been lucky? And when I played sports, it was a little different. Do you powder?
No. The simple answer is no.
Me either.
Yeah.
Now we used to call it jock itch.
Yeah, if I was, in a league playing regularly, maybe I'd mix it in.
I was like Jack in Departed, just throw. That's been a scary thing lately, and it goes back to Ghostbusters. Say your doom or whatever it is, and then he thought of the Stay Puft. All right, Skaz. So Shohei Ohtani left the game tonight after 6 balls. Should we look into the 6 straight balls? Should we look into the first pitch was a ball?
You'd have to hope if anyone in the league would know they need to be clean, it would be Shohei Ohtani.
Because that would be 2 first pitch balls on the opening pitch, correct? So because if it's 6 in a row, that would be... Well, he left tonight's game with what?
Cramps, Joe, which jogged our memories. Take a trip down memory lane.
Real quick, before we do that, we've done some segments on the show here where I laugh so hard I get that cramp. You know the one that you get from playing basketball in the gym where you got to press on it and like hold it? That's the cramp I get when I laugh so hard. Now, granted, I could use more water or maybe bananas. So let's take a trip down memory lane. Of course, this is a very famous, was it Kawasaki?
Yes, Munenori Kawasaki from the Blue Jays.
Played for the Blue Jays. And he talked about what he uses and what he eats to avoid cramps. Let's hear it.
How does your leg feel today?
Oh, feeling good.
What happened to you? What happened?
Just crap.
Just a cramp?
Yeah, just crap.
So you told me what can you eat to help you make you feel better?
Bananas.
Why bananas?
Monkeys never craps. Monkey never crap. Because a monkey every day bananas. 2.
So how many did you have today?
3. Our 3.
Oh yeah. So you no more cramp for you.
I need 3 banana because monkey never craps.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Arigato.
One of my favorite interviews ever. Like if I had
too.
to, yeah, I was gonna say it has to. I don't think I could do 3.
Do you want to know another thing? I love bananas. It's probably the fruit I eat the most.
I eat a lot of apples, but banana's close.
Do you like skin on the apple?
Yeah, I don't mind.
I don't like the skin. I'll eat it, but I don't like it. Monkeys never cramp. Do we know that? Is that
tough to argue, though?
Is that true, though?
Who's to say? I'm going to believe him.
Are you believing cramps for Ohtani, by the way?
It's a good point. Probably not, right? But if you're a Dodgers fan, that's best case scenario, right?
Oh, yeah. But come on. So, I love, going back to bananas. Bananas are fantastic in cereal. Fantastic.
Peanut butter and banana sandwich?
Oh, a peanut butter banana.
Tremendous.
This bleep is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Oh, ice cream and bananas. Have you ever had a banana cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory?
Cannot say I have.
I'm about to go Darth Vader on you. Oh, the banana cream pie Cheesecake Factory cheesecake is just with whipped cream. Oh. I've been told to eat bananas. This Ohtani thing doesn't smell right to me. I love the smell of bananas. I'm not smelling them here.
Do bananas have a strong? I don't think of them as having a particularly strong odor.
Do you know that?
Let's walk this back a little bit. If you do what with the banana peel?
Scrape a banana peel a little bit, like the peel.
Yeah.
The banana peel.
Yep.
Scrape it a little bit.
Okay.
Mind if I Google?
Yeah, please. Please.
Joe Theory.
Yes.
Of course.
Where does the vinegar involved in this?
B-A-N-A. Banana peel teeth whitening. Here we go. Banana peels contain potassium, magnesium, and other minerals that can help whiten teeth. Rubbing the inside of a peel on teeth can remove surface stains and brighten the smile.
So you're telling me that I should be rubbing my teeth with banana peels?
Yes. Now I was.
Why not, Joe? Sure.
Again, I don't know if we can believe everything that we read on the internet.
So you said you're out on apple skin.
Yes. What's apple skins do for you?
I think they're healthy. They're good for you.
Do you know what it was?
I had a buddy that used to eat oranges like whole. because the skin is like a superfood.
Do you know those other ones? I think they're called kumquats or whatever.
Clementines?
No, not clementines. They're little. You pop them. Kumquats.
I don't know. That's above my pay grade. Those haven't made it to me yet.
You know.
I've heard of them, but I
used to pop those bad boys right in.
I don't know if I have any at home though.
I love it. Oh, you know what I'm out on? Green bananas. It's a term I use when someone's like Luke is green bananas, right?
Sure.
Luke is green bananas. He's I
think he's ripening though.
Oh no. We are ripening his ass. All right.
Joe, I know what you meant.
He is. Yeah, at some point he's turning yellow, and we're gonna just peel him right off and use it on our teeth.
I just received a text from the other room because he's cutting video and said, "What am I listening to right now?"
But you know what I mean, right? Green banana. That's a term I use whenever I used to hire people.
I've never heard the term green banana before. I've heard someone's green before, but I've never heard the banana tossed in.
Yeah, I used to do a lot of sales classes, and they would be like, here's green bananas. This is what you all are. We need to season you up, and we need to get you going to the point when you're ripe and yellow and ready to go. You're going to be some of the best salespeople out there. So that's what I meant by ripening, is it? Never mind.
He's maturing, Joe. Maturing.
No.
Yeah.
Yes. Should we do birthdays today? Because it looks like it's a pretty good day. Anyways, out on green bananas, though. Do you like them, or if they're too hard for me? And I'd like.
You talking like plantains?
You know when you get brand new.
Oh, you're talking like actual green bananas.
Green.
Yeah, no, you gotta wait. You gotta wait a couple days. Yeah.
This is what I mean by he's green bananas.
All right.
Get it now?
Sure.
Okay, where do we start? Paul Anka, 84 years old today, and Gene Reno, 77 years old today. Wait, what day is this? Yesterday. Okay, just wanted to make sure we're on the right day. Lawrence Fishburne, 64 years old today. Lisa Kudrow, 62 years old today. Vivica A. Fox, 61. What a day. Terry Crews, cheeseburgers, man, 57 years old.
I always forget he's in The Longest Yard.
Christopher Nolan, 55. Tom Green, who I met here at 98.5 The Sports Hub, 54 years old. Christine Taylor, 54 years old. Hillary Swank, 51 years old today. Jamie Presley, 48 years old today. Gina Rodriguez is 41. Joey King is 26. And to continue on, Hope Solo, Misty May Trainer, all Olympians, Henry Ford the automaker, Bud Selig. What a day! Should I mention one of the greatest action stars? Arnold, 78 years old. What's your favorite Arnold movie?
Oh, that is a good question.
Oh man, that's a.
It's got to be Terminator 2, I think.
Great movie.
I think it's got to be Terminator 2.
So growing up, I loved that. I loved Last Action Hero, but in on Predator. But I also got I got Twins with Danny DeVito growing up.
Kindergarten Cop.
I got all that.
I was young for that.
Who is your daddy? Yeah, I got the Arnold era of cheesiness. I didn't really watch Conan. Predator, though, awesome movie.
Jingle All the Way.
I liked it.
Phil Hartman.
I liked it. Well, no, you probably have his movies up, right?
Yeah, I'm looking now.
Is it True Lies? Awesome movie. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah, True Lies, 1994 with Jamie Lee.
12 years old, dude.
Bill Paxton.
Dude, she had a scene, little dance scene. Young 12-year-old there. I probably came out on this date or around this time. I know it's another one. I watched it over the weekend as well. Escape Plan with Sly.
Is that the Prison Break one, right?
Love that.
Yeah.
One. Batista's the second one, though.
When he's Mr. Freeze in the Batman there.
Out.
That was
but Jim
so cheesy.
Jim Carrey was the Riddler. Alicia Silverstone, I think, was Poison Ivy. Oh no, it was the what's her name? Uma Thurman. No, right?
No, it was it Michelle Pfeiffer?
No, she was Catwoman.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I feel like, was it Alicia Silverstone or was it Uma Thurman? I can't remember now. Were they both Poison Ivy? Why am I losing my mind on this?
It was Uma Thurman.
Thank you. Was Alicia Silverstone in the movie? Alicia Silverstone, Batman. Was Michael Chiklis? Oh no, he was the Silver Surfer. Yeah.
I thought he was the Thing.
Oh, was he the Thing? I guess I'm
local guy, good guy.
Local guy, good guy. That's right. You ever watch The Office reruns and you're like, this is so like inappropriate now?
I like The Office. Like it's fine. It's not really one of the shows I rewatch often.
Oh, that's an easy. So like Friends, I could just throw on. Office, I can just throw.
Speaking
on.
of Friends, I think Lucy. I've watched very little Friends. I think Lisa Kudrow is the funniest one.
Dude, she has amazing hair. What? For real. Like think about it. She had to compete with
the Rachel,
Jennifer Aniston and
Courtney Cox.
Like, she had to have something great. It's her hair.
Joe, one birthday you did not mention. Got to shout him out. That would be it is George Buddy Guy's birthday today. Legendary blues guitarist.
Ooh, Buddy Guy. Okay.
Loose family friend.
I always liked Jamie Presley. I don't know why. She always played like a good role. Or what was she? You know who she kind of looks like? Who's the girl who played Barbie there?
Margot Robbie.
They have like similar like.
I can see it.
You know?
I think of her from like My Name Is Earl.
Oh yeah, good one.
Joe Dirt.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Favorite Arnold movie? That was A Murderer's Row. You know what else I watched as a kid? Junior. Arnold was having a baby. I know. It's bad.
That one missed my radar somehow.
Yeah, it was tough times back then. But yeah, he was Commando, Hercules, Pumping Iron. Awesome movie. You know, I never seen The Expendables.
I feel like I've seen bits and pieces, but never the whole thing.
Who is bigger, Hulk Hogan or Arnold? Probably Hulk Hogan.
You would know better than me.
Probably Hulk. Arnold went on to be like a politician and like dated a Kennedy.
Was he ever involved with wrestling?
Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame, WWE.
But like, was he like he did matches and stuff?
Punched somebody in the face once, or hit somebody with a chair. There is a Forbes list of 10 best Arnold movies. But of course, there's some sort of pop-up that pops up, and I'm out on those. Let's see. Twins, Commando, Conan, Predator, Running Man, Expendables, Total Recall, Pumping Iron, Terminator 2 was number one. You're right. Oh, Judgment Day. That's what that one was. All right. Want to do some Scotty Scheffler? What's Tom Brady think of it all? We'll do that next here on the Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Miguel Bernardo Group. tournaments that I just dreamed of playing in, and it's an amazing feeling, and I'm so grateful to be able to live out my dreams. But like I said, my faith in my family is what's most important to me, and I try to live as normal a life as possible because I feel like a normal guy. I have the same friends I had growing up. I don't think that I'm anything special just because some weeks I'm better at shooting a lower score than other guys.
But I like to root for people. And if it's just showing up to the office, doing your job, and going home, it's hard to root for someone like that.
That's not Scotty Scheffler, though.
Well, what do you think?
I think Scotty Scheffler is the best golfer in the world, and he can say whatever the hell he wants. I think his quote was taken largely out of context. I think Brady's comments are very funny coming from him.
So I think that's funny. That's funny. But set up what you think Scheffler meant by it all.
Yeah, I just think he meant that he's able to separate the two, and he knows that family and faith to him is more important than the game of golf. And I think I think that's the healthiest way to be about any job. Never mind, being the best golfer on the face of the planet. People took it because it's Scotty and because he's pretty honest with his feelings and upfront with a lot of things. But I think people kind of misinterpreted what he said, and he even said it himself after he won. I'll see if I can find that audio. But he was saying that all he wants to do is win golf tournaments, be the best at golf, but also his family is his number one priority. Tom Brady took it as, those things are mutually exclusive. I don't think that's what Scotty was saying at all.
I didn't, when he said it, I didn't really think anything of it. So I think what has really pissed me off is when Skip Bayless talks about it. The Brady thing, maybe he's just giving his opinion of what he thought of the quote. I'm not defending Brady. I'm just, people say things, man, and it just really affects people differently, huh? Especially like golfers who are the best in the world.
Yeah, Scotty said he would rather be a great father than a great golfer.
Which is fine.
That's what a good human being should say. That's what you want him to say. No, he should be like Michael Jordan. That guy's family life was great. He should be like Tom Brady. That, you know, his job didn't get in the way of his personal life at all.
That's true. No comment on that one.
I think you can do both. And I think that's Scotty Scheffler's point. It doesn't have to be one or the other. And I think people tried to make it look like Scotty was picking his family over golf.
Skip, I thought was stupid.
Well, Skip, yeah, well, you can end the sentence there.
The thing is, though, is that I really think Skip felt that. I don't think Skip, that was like...
what did Skip say? That he basically sacrificed having a family so he could be the best he could possibly be at his job? And I would tell Skip that you could have done the rest of the world a favor and maybe had a family and given a few less takes.
Skip could have still covered the Dallas Cowboys at an elite level and been a family man.
Absolutely.
He could have not have gone to, what is it, ESPN, whatever was he, Fox, whatever the hell he was. He could have not done those things. Doesn't he do a show with his wife now?
I believe him and Ernestine have a show together.
Yeah.
She seems thrilled about it, too, in every video.
And then Brady, of course, you know, again, you know what, guys? It's really hard for people to have opinions these days when they have skeletons. And when somebody comes out and says that they just want to play golf and they just want to be a good father, people from the woodwork come out and give their opinion. This really did mean nothing to me at all. But I do think it's a good little discussion for the radio because now Scotty Scheffler is polarizing, right? Now Scotty Scheffler, you don't think he's polarizing?
Not really. I mean, he's a golfer. The only golfer that's ever been polarizing was really Tiger, and that was for a myriad of reasons.
Okay. But is there anybody that's put up numbers close to Tiger like this in the new era?
Not for as long as Scotty has. Rory had stretches. Spieth had a small run there. But no, not like this. Scheffler is the closest we've seen, and he's still pretty far away.
Because, you know, Belichick always chose his family, right, over football.
Yeah, how did that work out?
You know, but my whole thing is, though, is I think there's a line. We could line people up. You know who else is, by the way, is criticized for this? Just to localize this for a second, Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum wants to play basketball, hang out with his kid, eat McDonald's, and go back home to St. Louis. And he's criticized for that.
Sounds like a good life to me.
Like, Jason Tatum is criticized for being a father.
Would you like to hear from Skip?
Yeah, just real quick. Remember when Steph Curry used to have his kid on the stage after they win championships? That bothered what Scotty said. So, again, I bet you Tom Brady did too.
Yeah, probably.
Because that's kind of how I let it off, right? I led this. You were like, well, no, that's not what Scott. And I was like, well, what do you mean, Skaz? But no, you're right. I heard what Skip said. So therefore, the narrative, right? Oh, we love that word, don't we? Skip Bayless created the narrative, and now Tom Brady's reacting to the narrative. Keep going.
Anymore, compared to being a great father and a great husband. What? A guy who has a chance to be Tiger Woods, maybe even be Michael Jordan, was questioning what it all means on the eve of a major championship that he'd never won? My initial reaction was, well, R.I.P. Scotty Scheffler as a major championship winner. You know me, I'm all about the GOATs being cold-blooded sports killers, being obsessed with winning to the potential detriment of everything else in their lives. Nothing made them happier than dominating. So it was that I was jolted and jarred by what Scotty Scheffler said on the eve of the British Open. No, Scotty, no. God gave you spectacular ability to play the world's hardest game, gave you the strongest competitive drive since Tiger, and you can't just shrug it off at age 29 and focus on, as you said, being a better father than a golfer, Scotty. No, God wants you to maximize utilize the platform from which you can honor him and encourage fans to open their hearts to him, to God.
Now we're bringing God into it again.
Yeah, he went on a lot longer and had some more outlandish thoughts, but that was probably the most pertinent to the discussion.
He spun a narrative.
Yes.
I think Brady reacted to that narrative too. And I almost did. I by the way, I didn't care. I don't care. I don't care. Scotty Scheffler wants to beat everybody on the course and go home and be a dad. If he wants to be in Happy Gilmore too, which we did share our favorite cameos on Instagram and TikTok at Joey Murr. Or is it I'm Joe Murray? I don't know what I am anymore. Hey, Luke, another trade happened. Did you know that?
I saw that, Joe.
What do you think? Braves are giving up pitching. The Reds are even making moves. Shouldn't the Red Sox be making moves? All these teams are making moves.
I'm out on standing pat. The Red Sox should make moves.
Okay.
I said that the last time.
I did not hear that at all.
Okay. I'm out on standing pat.
Did I create a narrative?
No, but if that makes you feel better, sure.
Did you see another offensive tackle got a new contract?
Like within the last 10 minutes?
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Colton Miller of the Raiders.
What's
got
the deal?
$42.5 million guaranteed on a 3-year, $66 million deal.
Wow.
Plays left tackle.
Important position.
Very important position. Who's the backup for the Patriots at left tackle?
Joe, how many teams have a fantastic backup at left tackle?
I don't know.
Not many.
But according to Evan Lazar at Patriots.com, they don't have one. So if Laramie Tunsil goes down, everyone's doomed. Trent Williams goes down, doomed.
I think you saw that happen last year, right?
Thank you. Yes. How about Lane Johnson? He goes down.
You asking me?
I think the Eagles will be fine.
Okay. See?
They have.
Why
they
is
have,
that Skaz?
Because they have the most talent in the NFL. Them and the Ravens probably are the two most talented rosters in the NFL.
So, I think if you're good on the outside, you can be decent on the inside. That's just my opinion. Do you ever play line?
No.
You don't look like a lineman.
I was going to say.
Because your tackles are the most important position.
In football.
I would say the 4 most important positions in football are tackle, quarterback, corner, and pass rush.
Not outrageous to say.
Okay. Well, on that one, Luke Fitzpatrick. He's going to get you caught up in everything happening in the sports world. I'm Joe Murray. We'll have more after this on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
The Red Sox took down the Twins today 13-1, a convincing victory. Brian Bayo, his 7th victory of the season. His career season rolls on. ERA all the way down to 3.19. They take 2 out of 3 in the Twin Cities. They will be home again this weekend. Red Sox off tomorrow. And then this weekend they will be playing the Houston Astros for 3 games. Friday night at 7:10, first pitch in Game 1. To be determined, the Red Sox.
What else? Oh, you know what we could complain about? This is a good one. Two things. Celtics related? Is that okay, Green Teamer? Is it okay if we do that?
Yeah, sure.
Host of the Green Teamer podcast. Jaylen Brown just reposted a video that had a caption, "The year of JB is coming."
I certainly hope so.
Did you see Kristaps Porzingis' comments?
He's playing for Latvia.
Did you also see that the Atlanta Hawks are a better team than the Celtics?
No,
I thought the quote.
I thought
I got to hear it.
Okay.
Sorry. I'll pull it up because I was paraphrasing everybody. It happens at times. I got it right here because I wanted to talk about this tonight. And again, Greeny from Barstool really, really broke it down for those that. Kristaps Porzingis suggested the Hawks may be a better situation for him since there isn't the same sort of pressure as playing in Boston. How about that? And I maybe agree.
Those are comments that I would take much more harshly than Scotty Scheffler's. That's a guy who, isn't interested in the bright lights. But it's very surprising because he thrived, I thought, in those situations.
He is the unicorn.
Fact.
He's the unicorn. He's phenomenal basketball player when healthy. The problem, you don't see it enough. He's like Bigfoot, right? When he was in Washington and nobody saw him play, how'd he do?
Great.
He was unbelievable. When they got Porzingis from Washington, I literally remember Porzingis looked the best I've ever seen him, ever. But you know what, guys? I said this in a take a while back. Sometimes the takes don't stick as much as they used to. Atlanta is a better situation right now than Boston. And I know a lot of people this is at both sides of this. I do think Atlanta has higher expectations this year than Boston. And I think if Porzingis can stay healthy, with Trae Young, pretty decent team. They made some other moves too. Anyways, tomorrow, what do you got?
I was going to say one thing we didn't get to tonight, Joe, that I was looking forward to the discussion. The most influential man in Boston.
Who is it?
It's Mike Felger. I'm not saying that in jest. I believe that. I agree with the article. I had a tough time coming up with anyone that's even close, to be honest with you.
Bunch of nut jobs like us. Hey, this hour of sports is brought to you by Premier Basement Waterproofing. Now's the time. Crawl space encapsulations. And don't forget, ask about the Santa Fe dehumidifiers to keep humidity out this summer. 844 Live Dry, PremierBasement.net. It's game over for water. Tick, 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 tock. The trade deadline is happening. Better be moves tomorrow. I'm going to be pissed. The Red Sox have just as good a chance to win a World Series as anybody. Talk to you guys tomorrow night here on the Sports.